Good evening, everyone. I clicked go live at the wrong time. Right after I hit go live, I was like, "Ooh, I should have went and got a bottle of water." So I'll go do that now. Let's observe an 11-second moment of silence. All right. Thank you for your moment of silence. welcome, Crystal W.6033. Welcome to the chat. Be sure to leave a like on your way in. So I do want to apologize for starting the stream at 7:01 instead of 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which was the scheduled time. What happened was, and this happens every stream, I set the stream for 7 o'clock. That's a lie. I set it for 6:30, but I was late home. Then I set it for 6:45 because I was still getting ready. Then I set it for 7 because I need a little more time. Then 7 o'clock is coming, and I'm watching the timer count down from the studio where I stream from, and it goes 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then it's 7 o'clock. And I'm like, cool, it's 7 o'clock. I have exactly 60 seconds to start the stream without being late, because 7 o'clock lasts from 7 o'clock in 0 seconds to 7 o'clock in 59 seconds. So I got about a good 60 seconds to go ahead and start the stream. Now let me go ahead and check let me make sure my name is correct on here. Let me go ahead and make sure my microphone settings are right. And it looks like we're good to, it's 7:01. Huh? Now all I did, the clock turned to 7. I looked and checked to make sure that my microphone was okay, the title's correct, and then it is 7:01. I swear, y'all. I swear. So I do apologize for being late. Happy Monday, y'all. Happy Monday. Happy Martin Luther Jr. King Boulevard Street. Happy all that. Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. Happy today. I didn't have the day off, but a lot of people did, apparently. That's what I learned when I got to work today. That's what I learned. Where is everybody? Oh, you said my employers, they don't care about this man. That's what you said? Got it. Cool. I spoke to my cousin today. This was like right before the stream. And he was baffled that I was working on Martin Luther King Day. He did call me a sellout. So it is what it is. Unfortunately, I should have took some PTO for the cause, even if it's not a recognized holiday at my company. But it is what it is. But happy Monday. Welcome, Villainous. Welcome, Purdy VA girl. Pretty the girl. Purty the girl. Welcome. Yes, we'll be discussing the male baddies today, because I heard from a TikTok that women can't handle male baddies. So we're going to look at some of the male baddies in question. Welcome, Sean. Welcome, Nurturing. Hello, Meat Elephant. Let me see if I see some new faces. Welcome, Makeup. Vision Harry. Wait, my lips were smacking? Girl, let me get this lip reduction they be talking about on TikTok. Let me go ahead and not do that. Hello, Tasha. Welcome. Production, you didn't get a reminder. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and maybe I can drop something in the Discord to let people know. And then we can go ahead and start. Because before we get to the actual topic, I was watching Shannon Sharp, and I think his name is Ryan Davis. I'm not familiar with him, but I've seen him from time to time pop up. I think he's a comedian, I'm pretty sure. And he said some comments about his daughter that I thought were interesting. And TikTok is really blowing up about it. So I wanted to review it briefly, but that's not the main topic of today, so we won't go into it too deeply. Now, while I do that, while I pull that up, let me go ahead and drop a reminder in the Discord. I was going to drop the reminder, but then it was getting to be 6:30 and I was late home, and I was like, well, I don't want people to show up and I'm not there. Welcome, Malion and the Sapphire. Welcome, Level Up. No excuses here. No excuses, only explanations. I am not the deadbeat dad. That's not what that is. But I hear your critiques. Critiques are the language of the unheard. I will put them in my ear and I will listen to them. Hello, Anne Marie. Any new faces in the chat? Murder Magic Tricks, welcome. Where are the new people? April B. I think April B sounds familiar. Paper Frost. Paper Frost, I feel like is new, unless they changed their name. Welcome, Miss Mojo. Okay, we're done with our welcomes. Now, let me go ahead and say, there we go. I was trying to pull this clip up. Let me present my screen, and instead of talking about it, we'll watch it first, and then we'll talk about it.
So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of here. And when she started looking at me.
You know, I'm going to try not to pause, actually. I've been receiving too many critiques about my pausing behavior. So
as access to like material things.
You were ATM. All of a sudden you weren't dad, you were ATM.
Broke me. Started looking at me as access to like material things.
You were ATM. All of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
Broke me.
Okay, I lied. We're gonna pause. She went from I love you, daddy to I want things. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here. I haven't seen their whole interview, so I will go and watch that later. Maybe we can do it in the Discord. Maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but I think this is a symptom of the way men are socialized in patriarchy in regards to how they interact with their children. And I say interact, not raise. Interact, because the idea that a child has no needs and no wants and only supplies you with an infinite supply of love and no demands from you, and then suddenly starts requesting stuff at, I think people were saying his daughter is age 10, seems not likely to me. From the moment a child is born, the first thing they do is cry, and then they cry and cry and cry for 2 to 12 straight months. And a baby is crying not for no reason, but because babies need stuff or want stuff and they don't have language, so they are crying as a mechanism to communicate that they want or need something. And this is like at birth and forward until children can talk as a general matter, or point, or like do communicate in other ways other than like crying, grunting and all that. But every cry means something. It means, mommy, I want food, or mommy, I want milk, or mommy, I want pacifier, or mommy, I want to play with my toy, or mommy, I want your keys. Why did you take the keys that I snatched from you? Why did you take them away from me? Or mommy, I don't want to go to grandma's. Do you have to go to work? Right? Children's cries are just communicating that they want or need something. So the moment a child is birthed into the world, it is born wanting and needing, and it will continue to want and need, not just for 18 years, but for the rest of your life. You said we need the rest. We go, my bad, I started monologuing. We're gonna watch the rest. But a child's born needing, and they will continue to need, not just for 18 years, but for the rest of your life. And what I think is more probable that he was feeling all those years of his daughter's childhood was maybe the mother taking care of the child's immediate wants and needs, so that he gets to experience not the labor of raising a child and providing for their needs, but rather he gets to skip that and enjoy the love and joy a child can give you. And now his child is at an age where they can articulate more than just basic wants for food, water, and shelter, and they're requesting things from him, and that bothers him. The idea that a child would say, "Daddy, can I have some money to go on the field trip? Daddy, can you take me to the mall?" All of the girls at school are wearing what are the kids are wearing these days? "Daddy, take me to the mall." All the kids are wearing 6'7" t-shirts. "Daddy, can we go to McDonald's?" Right? Especially when they do that. "Please, please, Daddy." Only the real spoiled daddy's girls do that one. And I'm not specifying this to just children. Daddy's girl is not a sort of thing that is confined to children. Daddy's girls are ages 6 through 39 years old, and they definitely do hit their dads with that please. The spoiled ones. But anyway, I'll quickly say this, and we can watch the rest of this clip, and I won't talk too much for the rest of it, so you can all watch it uninterrupted. But the idea that your child can articulate that she have wants, and she wants you, her father, to provide for her wants and her needs, and your response to your daughter saying, "Can I have some money for the field trip?" is, "Wow, she only wants me for my money," is baffling to me. That is baffling to me. I'm curious what his involvement in his daughter's life was. Not saying he was absent, because I truly don't know. Sorry. After I just said I wouldn't monologue, let's go ahead and watch the rest of it. And then, like, let's give him a chance. Let's not pathologize from like 10 seconds. Let's give him a chance. I'll restart it from the beginning and put it on a little faster. Sorry. So sorry. My 10-year-old likes seafood and steaks. He was damaged because of his relationship. I'll save these. We can come back to these. Hello, Alicia. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. I see Hey You there too. Welcome.
Broke me, because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
Girl.
So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from "I love my dad" to "let me see what I can get out of here." And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
You were an ATM. And all of a sudden, you weren't dad. You were an ATM.
broke me, because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this: Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to this realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has to things, perfume, jewelry, clothes, makeup, whatever the case may be?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it's like, it's heartbreaking because it's like, my daughter saved my life. I'm not a very motivated person.
Your daughter saved your life, but when she asked for that $25 to go on the field trip to Washington, D.C., that's when you really felt broken down. And like, she was just asking for too much, just using me as a, never mind. We'll let him talk. There's no reason to mock people. I'm sorry.
And when that we went and got that ultrasound and they said it's a girl, I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man anymore, because it would have.
I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man. Anyway, you need $30 for the field trip. This is the problem. This is the problem with my daughter. She uses me as an ATM. Expect me to provide her something just because I'm her dad.
Affect how she viewed men in general.
Follow for more and pass it on.
So
Wait, let me play that last part again.
a mediocre man anymore, because motivated person. And when that we went and got that ultrasound and they said it's a girl, I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man anymore, because it would affect how she viewed men in general.
Follow for more and pass it on.
I knew when I had my daughter saved my life. When I saw the ultrasound, I knew that I couldn't be a mediocre man, because it would affect how she views men for the rest of her life. Anyway, $20 for that field trip though. We ain't even at Male Baddies yet. I'm already irritated. I'm curious what his. Thank God I could finish monologuing. I'm curious what his involvement, because I have thoughts, in his daughter's life was like. And I'm not saying that he was absent, because I truly don't know. I have only seen this clip. I've seen a little extra from this interview, and I see that he made a follow-up video on TikTok that we're gonna watch, but I haven't seen that yet. So maybe he'll give us a little more detail. Maybe something was misspoken. Maybe he left out things about their relationship or whatever. But I'm assuming innuendo that he was present during her childhood, and I'm wondering what his role was. Was he feeding her the bottles, changing her diapers? Was he dropping her off for soccer practice? Was he taking her to the primary care provider for checkups? Or is he like the sort of pay for the groceries and the light bill, and then he goes on tour while mommy does all the actual raising of the child? I won't make a determination on the matter because I don't know his personal life, his relationship with his daughter, his involvement in her life, or his relationship with the child's mother. And absent that information, I'm not going to make a judgment about him just from this clip. And I won't simply look to the data, which, you know, I won't say that, since there's research that shows that even present fathers seem to defer the raising of the child to the mother most of the time. I won't push that on him because he's an individual, not a statistic, right? And I don't have enough details to assign that statistic to him. But that is what comes to mind when reviewing his words here. And my curiosity about that has to do with, well, if you're, depending on how he was present in her life, I might lend my ear to you if you say that you were an active father and you were actively engaged with feeding and clothing your child and packing the diaper bag and throwing, y'all, when you throw that heavy ass diaper bag over your shoulder, I don't know what's in there. I haven't made one yet myself, but all I know is whenever my friends make a diaper bag, that thing weighs as much as I do. Has he been throwing that diaper bag over his shoulder? Has he been taking her to sports? Does he know who her doctor's carer is? Like, the curvy males to say, I'm not about to read these comments. We are not here to insult people. Hello, Tiffany. Welcome. Long time no see. But I'm saying I can't hear you out if your presence in your daughter's life was as a pocketbook and then you expect anything more than that afterwards. But if you were actively in your child's life and raising your child and not just deferring those duties onto the mother while you go out on tour, then maybe I might listen to you a little bit more. And lastly, I'll just say this. Everything that his daughter asked him for, she probably asked her mom for first. And this sentiment that he and other men have, because it's not lost on me that when he said, lately I feel like my daughter just uses me for money, and then Shannon Sharp like quickly finishes his sentences for him, and he's like, oh, she uses you as a paycheck, right? Or something like that. Let me rewind and see what he said exactly.
So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of him. And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
you were ATM. And all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
Broke me. Because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this. Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to this realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has?
Oops, I let it play too long. Sorry. But it's not lost to me that Shannon Sharp immediately comes in and he's like, she only uses you as a paycheck, right? I don't think this is him echoing what Ryan says before he says that. I think this is something that Shannon Sharpe and a lot of men believe, like genuinely, not just Ryan and Shannon, but I think this is sort of a widespread thought that men might have. So it's not lost on me that this sentiment of my daughter, and it's specifically daughters, not sons. I've never seen like men go viral like this when they're talking about feeling used because their sons are asking for an Xbox, or their son is asking for Jordans, or their son is asking for football gear to play on the team, right? It's always daughters specifically. But it's not lost on me that being used for a paycheck is so widespread a thought among men. Is something that you hear in the manosphere, in the barbershop. There's always a, my daughter, or in some cases my wife, only sees me as a paycheck, despite the behavior they describe from their daughter being like regular behavior of a child. And I saw a decent video on TikTok where someone was talking about a adultification bias of Black girls, specifically when they were referencing this Shannon Sharpe and Ryan Davis interview, and how there's a sort of, people will take innocent actions from Black girls and paint them maliciously. His daughter wasn't innocently asking her dad, who for all intents and purposes she might see him as the person who's supposed to protect her and to provide for her. She wasn't just innocently asking him for money to go on a field trip. No, she was using him. She was siphoning him of his money. She didn't see him as a father. She saw him as a credit card. I'm sorry. I promised I wouldn't cry. Meanwhile, when she asked her mom for money, when she asked her mom for money, mom either says, "Here you go," or she says, "No, you don't need any money. You have enough clothes. You don't need any more right now. We just went shopping the other day." Notice how mom's response is not, "Let me make a podcast." Notice mom's response is not, "Let me go on someone's podcast to talk about how used I feel because my daughter asked me to be provided for." Let me see what the comments are saying. So I didn't build a good relationship with my daughter, and now I'm mad that she sees me as a financial dad. Huh? Now, I can't determine that from this clip, but it was a suspicion I had. We should watch the full interview on the Discord, and then we can decide if we're going to cover it. Let's do that after this live stream. I'll try to keep things brief. 30 minutes max. How about that? 30 minutes max. I got y'all. We're at 23 minutes and 5 seconds. Bet. We can do the rest of this in 7 minutes. When I found out she was 10, his daughter's 10? His daughter is 10? No. Hold on. Let me Google this. His daughter is 10. Okay, so his daughter is 10. He's expecting financial responsibility off of a 10-year-old. Let's see what the Redditors are saying. If you can't shoulder the burden of being a leader and provider, don't have a family, don't have kids, don't have anything with responsibility and sacrifice greater than what you can give. Being a parent isn't something to try out and see what happens. If you're a reasonable parent, you are no longer the protagonist of the story the moment your child is born. You want to see this kid be a better version of yourself, a version that doesn't repeat the same mistakes you did. If your kid is a secondary character through your life, then expect your kid to treat you like a secondary character when you're old and frail. Ooh. Y'all, it's the concept that's bothering me. I don't know if I'm like being, I don't know. I don't know if I'm being extreme, right? The concept of your child wants you to sacrifice for them makes you feel used. Not even sacrifice, because I'm pretty sure this man is rich. Hold up. Ryan Davis net worth. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, 500,000. His net worth is 1 billion. Girl, hold up. Oh, that's Ray Davis. I was finna say, well, I would ask Daddy for some money too. What is Ryan Davis's net worth? Comedian. Girl. Well, maybe it's not a lot. There's no specific verified public figure for Ryan Davis, the comedian's net worth. However, he's established as a successful touring comedian, actor, online creator who financed his own comedy special, spending $150,000 to produce it independently after rejecting unfavorable streaming deals. Can I get an estimate? Well, never mind. I guess we won't be looking at his net worth. Y'all, why was I looking up his net worth? We can't keep taking detours, y'all. I lost the plot. Let's watch his follow-up. I think we were just reviewing comments and being confused at the idea of a parent sacrificing, which I don't feel like is really a big sacrifice because he's rich. Maybe that's the point I was trying to make. But the concept of a parent sacrificing, making him feel a type of way. Somebody said providers and protectors, by the way. These are the providers and the protectors. The 10-year-old relies on you for everything. Of course, she's asking you for literally everything. Okay, so it seems like the comments are in agreement with us. Somebody says, don't all children do this? Well, you forgot the concept of a man having a child and the child expecting from him something. You didn't factor that in. You didn't factor in like the concept of married single mothers and the idea that a father will be around without actually doing anything, and that he's expected to do the bare minimum thing that all children ask for. Hurts him deeply and has created a sort of tear in his relationship with his daughter. Anyway, let's look at his follow-up because I'm curious to see what he say. I haven't watched it yet.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
You didn't know what? We got to rewind.
Have people always been this stupid? I didn't know. I didn't know. I've cultivated an audience.
Okay, based on his first words, do we think he's going to, do we think that he has reflected on his actions and his words, or do we think he's doubled down based on the first 0.05 seconds of the video? All right, I've locked in my answer.
Have people always been this stupid? I didn't know. I didn't know. I've cultivated an audience of people who can critically think. So maybe I've been in a bubble. I didn't know people were this stupid. Why ain't y'all warn me? I'm in the comment section of these Shannon Sharp clips, and I'm like, I know they're captioned a certain way, but you can hear me in the video. You can hear me in the video. Let me give you an example of what I mean. There's a video going around about Bluesky. In the video, I say, I defend comedy over anything. I'm more of a comedian than I am a person. When people say offensive stuff, I'll be like, was it funny? I actually like the way he put that together. And then people got from that I'm hating on Drewski. And that I think.
What are y'all predictions? My prediction is he's going to say it was just a joke and we didn't get it, but he's a comedian and he tells jokes. And what, we can't joke anymore? I thought we were all smart enough to understand sarcasm or something. That's my guess. It's probably not a good guess, but I'm going to throw it out there.
We should worry about how offended people are when it comes to comedy. I didn't say that. I literally don't say it in the video. And in the video, Shannon Sharp has a smooth face. Do y'all know he has a beard now? He has a full beard. So the interview was like 2 months ago. How could I be talking about Drewski's pastor sketch 2 months ago when it came?
Wait, this ain't even about. I thought this was a follow-up to his Shannon Sharp interview. Wait. Is this about Drewski or something else? Some other controversy? But he's mentioning Shannon Sharp, so it has to be about that video, right?
He has a full beard. So the interview was like 2 months ago. How?
The crazy part, I was about to pause it right after he said this because I assumed, for some reason, I thought he was going to say, that was so long ago, I'm a different man now. And the different man in question was 37 and 6 months versus 37 and 9 months old.
How could I be talking about Drewski's pastor sketch 2 months ago when it came out a few days ago? People's inability to critically think is like crazy. I'm like, no, have people always been this stupid? And I just shielded myself from it, or is this a thing? Also, the video about my daughter, people are like, I'm calling my daughter a gold digger. I'm blaming her and all kinds of stuff. In the video, I literally say she used to be a daddy's girl. And the reason it became transactional,
ew. Sorry, I can't imagine using that word with a child. Me and my child make a transaction where they give me love, and in exchange, I give them food and water and shelter. It's a sort of transaction, if you will. Period.
Is because, and I can see that she still wants to be a daddy's girl, but there's a fear to get close to me because that closeness was taken away before. I say that in the video, which means I'm not blaming her. I'm talking about the lack of safety. That
girl, let me see what he said again, because I feel like I heard nothing there.
Her and all kinds of stuff in the video. I literally say she used to be a daddy's girl, and the reason it became transactional is because, and I can see that she still wants to be a daddy's girl, but there's a fear to get close to me because that closeness was taken away before. I say that in the video, which means I'm not blaming her. I'm talking about the lack of safety that I've made her feel that I'm trying to get back. How did that turn into being about the child? I'm saying to fathers that don't put yourself in a position to where you have to win your children back. That's the conversation. I know it's captioned a certain way, but you can hear me say these things. People's inability to critically think, is this the norm? Have people been this stupid the whole time? And because I sectioned myself off to a certain part of...
Am I missing something? Hey guys, I'm not saying it's my daughter's fault. I'm saying that I was a terrible father, and that's why she's asking me for money. And I'm trying to warn other fathers to not be terrible. It didn't seem like that's what he was trying to do in the video. Maybe there's more in the full interview. It seemed like he was more so saying, look, please feel sorry for me, feel sad for me, because my daughter only wants me for money, and it's so hard for me because she used to only want to love me, and now she wants to go on the $20 field trip.
social media, because you have to be able to critically think to even enjoy my comedy. Did I make an audience for myself that where I could not see how stupid people are nowadays? I don't mean to call y'all stupid. It's just like the inability to critically think to me means you're kind of dumb. I don't know.
What Ryan should have done is he should have sat, and he said he was looking in the comments on Shannon Sharp. Instead of looking in those comments and making this video to lash out at people who are critiquing your relationship with your daughter, instead of coming on here to say, well, y'all are just stupid, well, y'all are just stupid, well, y'all are just stupid for 5 minutes in a row, without really adding much to as far as like explanation for your comments about your daughter or any type of like clarification that might have helped us understand your position or something like that. Instead, you lash out. And it feels doubly insulting because he keeps saying, y'all need to think critically, y'all need to think critically, y'all need to think critically. I feel like he has not thought critically about what what it looks like, what his presentation looks like the idea that you couldn't think critically enough to say, oh, once I'm outside of my bubble, other people actually don't find what I say enlightening or smart or not. Like maybe people are like not okay with my comments about my daughter outside of my bubble because my bubble is like biased towards me. I don't know. That seems like a critical thought that was not thought about, at least based on his words in this video where he keeps saying, oh my God, am I just in a bubble where nobody critiques me? Sorry, my bad. Was this freeze frame a jump scare? I'm sorry, I'll make it smaller. I feel he could have thought critically about his response to this. And I think he's mischaracterizing his own presentation on the interview, because his presentation was not, I've been such a horrible father that my daughter doesn't even see me as a father anymore. I used to be active, and there used to be an exchange of love from her and of care from me. But I've dropped the ball, and now my relationship with my daughter has suffered. That feels like what he might have us believe was his intention based on what he's saying in this video, if I'm understanding it correctly. But the original video was definitely, woe is me. Don't you feel sorry for me, Shannon? My daughter just uses me for money. Oh my God, Ryan. How do you deal with it? Being seen as a pocketbook and not as a human. I deal with it the only way I can, Shannon. Crying. With crying, Shannon. Now let me go back and watch what happened on the original video to make sure I'm not crazy, and then we can watch what he said happened. Because maybe I forgot in the 3.5 second it took us to get from this video to the new one. I'll speed it up a little bit.
So then I ran into this thing where my daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of here.
Mm.
And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
you were ATM. All of a sudden you weren't dad, you're an ATM.
Broke me. Because it was like, I only want to be around him if I can get something out of him.
So let me ask you this. Did you sit down and have a conversation? How did you come to this realization that it was, yes, this is my child, but my child only wants to be around me because of what the access that she has to things, perfume, jewelry, clothes, makeup, whatever the case may be?
It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking because it's like, it's heartbreaking because it's like, my daughter saved my life. I'm not a very motivated person. And when we went and got that ultrasound and they said it's a girl, I knew I couldn't be a mediocre man anymore because it would affect how she viewed men in general.
Follow for more and pass it on.
So,
okay, he said this viral clip is going around. It's mischaracterizing him, and he says that although we are listening to the clip and we can see what he's saying directly, we are misunderstanding it. Now let's let him explain it to us one more time. He gonna explain it sped up though.
Have people always been this stupid? I didn't know. I've cultivated an audience of people who can critically think. So maybe I've been in a bubble. I didn't know people were this stupid. Why ain't y'all warn me? I'm in the comment section of these Shannon Sharp clips, and I'm like, I know they're captioned a certain way, but you can hear me in the video. You can hear me in the video. Let me give you an example of what I mean. There's a video going around about Bluesky. In the video, I say, I defend comedy over anything. I'm more of a comedian than I am a person. When people say offensive stuff, I'll be like, was it funny? I actually like the way he put that together. And then people got from that I'm hating on Bluesky. And that I think we should worry about how offended people are when it comes to comedy. I didn't say that. I literally don't say it in the video. And in the video, Shannon Sharp has a smooth face. Do y'all know he has a beard now? He has a full beard. So the interview was like 2 months ago. How could I be talking about Bluesky's pastor sketch 2 months ago when it came out a few days ago? People's inability to critically think is like crazy. I'm like, have people always been this stupid? And I just shielded myself from it, or is this the thing? Also, the video about my daughter. People are like, I'm calling my daughter a gold digger. I'm blaming her and all kinds of stuff. In the video, I literally say she used to be a daddy's girl. And the reason it became transactional is because, and I can see that she still wants to be a daddy's girl, but there's a fear to get close to me because that closeness was taken away before. I say that in the video, which means I'm not blaming her. I'm talking about the lack of safety that I've made her feel that I'm trying to get back? How did that turn into being about the child? I'm saying to fathers that don't put yourself in a position to where you have to win your children back. That's the conversation. I know it's captioned a certain way, but you can hear me say these things. People's inability to critically think, is this the norm? Have people been this stupid the whole time? And because I sectioned myself off to a certain part of social media, because you have to be able to critically think to even enjoy my comedy. Did I make an audience for myself that where I could not see how stupid people are nowadays? I don't mean to call y'all stupid. It's just like the inability to critically think to me.
The daughter is 10, for those of you who just came in.
Means you're kind of dumb. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Have people always been this stupid? I didn't know. I've cultivated.
Okay, do you feel like he gave us an accurate portrayal of the original video that we watched with him on Shannon Sharp? Do we feel like he was obviously just coming on there to warn dads not to be bad dads like he was, or else their daughters will treat him as a pocketbook? Why do you have to warn dads about their daughters potentially asking them for $20 to go on the field trip? I don't know. Be a good dad, or else your daughter. Girl, why my vacuum talking to me? Why does my vacuum have voice commands? Let's pause real quick. Let's talk about what my vacuum just said. Why does my vacuum have a voice? My robot vacuum, the little Roomba thingy that goes around on the floor. Why does it have a voice? Why am I yelling in my microphone at y'all about this man who we're about to stop talking to and get to our main topic? And my vacuum, yes, my vacuum says to me, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear that. You couldn't hear what? Excuse me? While I'm looking around the computer, who's in my house right now? The vacuum just glowing. Got it. Sorry for the detour. Well, I think I no longer want to talk about this man. What I do want to do is in the Discord after this stream, we can find that interview and we can watch it. And then we can talk about it. So I won't go into it too much. I say after 42 minutes of this topic, I won't go into it too much because I'd like to fully review the interview. I just happened to bump into this today and I wanted to briefly talk about it. So yeah, let's move on for now. Let's move on for now. What's going on in other news? In other news, a white woman has been shot by ICE. White people are now recognizing that there may be a problem in this country. Apparently, the white girlies are online saying, say her name, which I thought was for black women. The fact that we only heard about the black person being shot by ICE afterwards is, I think, why something like say her name would be for black women. So it's interesting that it's being used here. Maybe it's just my feed. Let me take a step back. Maybe my For You is biased. Yeah, let's just say that. Because when was the last time you heard a white woman use say her name to refer to a black woman killed by state-sanctioned violence? When was the last time you heard a white woman say her name about a black woman? Matter of fact, when was the first time? Anyway, now that a white woman has been got, now it's say her name or whatever. So yeah, very sad to see that happen. I'm glad that that has motivated people to say it's a problem. It's unfortunately that it required white skin for that realization. Maybe that's something that could be reflected on so that we could like look at brown people. Okay, let's get to the topic. My bad. Let's get to the topic, y'all. I'm sorry. So yeah, here's what I'll give y'all. I'll give y'all some swallowed up, and then we can get into the main discussion.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. Swallowed.
I briefly contemplated saving this topic for tomorrow because I haven't fully fleshed out my thoughts. So we'll talk about sort of what I have fleshed out a little bit. The things I haven't fleshed out, I think we'll save for a different live stream. So this will hopefully be short. We're going to keep this live stream under 30 minutes max. For those of you who are reoccurring viewers or subscribers who already know that this live stream will be a banger, please do leave a like on your way in. For everyone else, you can leave a dislike, and then if I earn your like by the end of the stream, you can change it. Also, if you're watching every week but you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It does help out a lot. For those of you who are new, you can stick around until the end of the stream and decide if I'm worth subscribing to or not by the end. Thank you. Thank you. Now that we have my e-begging out of the way, TikTok has once again placed niggatry directly on my For You page in the form of man baddies. Now, if you don't know what a man baddie is, that's okay. That is okay. Let me show you the video that started this whole TikTok discourse, and then you can see for yourself. Like, girl, we've been waiting to see these man baddies for the whole stream. I will keep you waiting no further. Now, how can I zoom in? Will it let me? Jump scare warning. No, I'm kidding. Let me stop.
Cannot handle men baddies. Women cannot handle men baddies. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me, but I'm kind of picking up on that. Am I a baddie?
Is he a baddie? Is he a baddie? He asked y'all a question. Let me put a poll in the chat so y'all can vote on if he's a baddie. It's not a trick question. You can answer however you feel. I won't be elaborating on the question. I won't be explaining what it means. You can answer yes or no, however you feel, whatever it means to you. Is he a baddie? Please do vote on the poll. I'll let y'all get another good look at him so you can decide.
Women cannot handle men baddies. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me, but I'm kind of picking up on that. Am I a baddie? I don't know. Women can.
What is it about a man that makes him say, how can I come online and combat women today? Like, what is it that puts... I think if I remember, I went to his page and I was like, okay, does he make commentary like talking about men baddies generally? Like, is he one of the men who like do fashion designing or something like is he in the industry in a way where this is like a regular topic that he covers? Nope, he just woke up one day and decided that he wanted to talk about why women can't handle a male baddie. And that irks me. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how I first saw this on my feed a while ago. I don't know if it was a week, 2 weeks. It was like a while. And I watched it and I rolled my eyes and I moved on to the next video, completely unaware that this would spark a entire TikTok debate. This would spark its TikTok video essays. It was one that was like 9-10 minutes long that I couldn't make it through even on 2 times. There's just stitches and discourse, and we may finally see some new, fresh discourse in the Black TikTok community. This is right up there with would you rather have a gay son or thought daughter? Dare I say, this discourse may even rival the would you rather suck dick or watch your mama die discourse. Finally, we have some new, mentally stimulating content in the Black community for us to cover. I am so ready for this hot, fresh topic. Can women handle male baddies? What are the implications? What are the nuances? Let's get into it. So I'm going to be very upfront. I'm going to be very upfront and direct with my thoughts on the matter. I won't hide anything. I won't come at the topic sideways, like let's explore it. Let's see if can women handle male baddies? Does he have a point? None of that. I think my thoughts directly are, for some reason, whenever men choose to challenge the patriarchy, it's done in a way that feels insulting or demeaning or degrading towards women. It is done in a way that mocks women. It is done in a way that's combative to women. And this is something that I don't understand fully. I don't fully understand it. I have an idea, and maybe we'll eventually get to that during this live stream, but I don't fully understand it. Women are not the reason men can't express themselves. You know, before I start monologuing, let me put him on screen. I know y'all can't handle male baddies, so I do apologize for having him on screen for so long. I just looked at the poll. 95% of y'all said he's not a male baddie. 5% of y'all say he is a male baddie. I don't know which side I want to hear from more. I think I want to hear the people who voted for yes, he's a male baddie. Here's the link in the chat. Please do click the link and come up. I would absolutely like to hear why he's a male baddie. Like, I just want to hear your thoughts. I just want to hear why you voted for how you voted. No pressure. This isn't an attack. This isn't a debate. I'm just curious. That's all. I want to know the mindset. I want to know the thought process. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Now, why did it just go from 95% no, 5% yes to 96% no, 4% yes? Don't change your vote now. I don't know if you can actually change your vote. Anywho, while y'all click that link, if you do, you don't have to actually. Women aren't the reason men can express themselves. And we'll look at some of the comments on his video. Here's one of the comments. This person put men baddies. That's what they wrote as a comment, and they posted this picture. They didn't write anything else. Let's zoom in now that we're not watching the video. Someone said, "You're not even that bad." With a question mark, then you're not even bad. They were confused. Someone said, "I thought a man baddie was just a gay man?" Question mark. Someone replied to that, "The only man baddie I know is Saucy Santana." Someone said a man baddie is a bottom. Someone said, then he twirled around in an empty apartment. Did he twirl around? Hold up.
Women cannot handle men baddies.
That's so crazy. I couldn't handle him so much that I didn't even realize he spun around the first time I watched this. He may be right. The fact that I can't handle a male baddie to the point where I was unable to see what was happening right in front of my eyes. This man literally spun around in his chair. Anyway.
Women cannot handle men baddies. I don't care.
Someone said Pride Month is normally in June, Merry Xmas. So this was around Christmas time. Actually, this was on Christmas Day? No, a couple days before Christmas, but it blew up around Christmas time. Pride Month is normally in June, Merry Xmas, bad gal. Bad gal. Someone said, what do you mean? I like Saucy Santana and them. Someone said, now why in the hell would I want a man baddie? Girl, what is this picture? Men baddies. You can interpret this picture however you choose to interpret it. I won't interpret it for you. He twirled in his vanity chair. Is this you coming out or what? That's because men handle man baddies. Someone said, oh, so you doing the bending? The door is glass, boo, it's okay. I actually don't get that one. Some suspicious LGBT flag. Somebody get him a boyfriend. Be who you are. It's okay, you're gonna get your man soon. The concept of men baddies. What are men baddies? Somebody asked, what are men baddies? And the first comment say, you know. Somebody said nothing I ever want to experience in life. Somebody said men raised by single mothers. Okay. Somehow a man attacking women is somehow women's fault again. Got it. How he felt after saying that. Oh, the closet is glass? Does that mean you can see? The closet is being gay, right? Being like down low. So when they say the closet is glass, that they mean that we can see, it's obvious that he's in the closet. Is that what they're saying? They're saying, did you know that we can see you, sir? I don't know if you knew, sir, but we can't see you. Man baddie. Well, the only man baddies we record, period. Okay. So now that we've seen enough comments, sorry, y'all. I love the comments so much. I love getting lost in the comments. There was a very, very big pushback to women's response in these comments. To women were stitching his video and they were saying similar things to the comments, like, why would I want a man baddie? Why not go find you a man who wants a man back? Right? People were saying stuff like that. And there's a sort of sentiment that's rising up on TikTok that women are the reason men can't express themselves. One of the reasons men can't express themselves, and women don't realize that they're holding up the patriarchy. And there is a specific attack towards Black women, I believe. That's very, it's implicit, but there's also some videos explicitly saying it. A lot of times when discourse like this happens, where men are challenging patriarchal norms around what it means to be masculine, what it means to express masculinity and to be a man, and they're doing so in this way that's very much a sort of, instead of exploring that idea, they come at it from a lens of attacking women. Women can't handle a man bad. Like, it's not about why can't men be baddies. I want desperately to be a baddie so bad. Am I a baddie? He asked us in the beginning of the video, is he a baddie? And 4% of you said yes. 96% said no. instead of coming on here to explore his if he wants to be like gender non-conforming and what it means to be gender non-conforming and why can't men be that, instead it's women can't handle man baddies. The angle at which they challenge patriarchy is always a way where it feels demeaning or insulting to women or places them in opposition to women. Women are not the reason men can't express themselves. Women are not the police of masculinity. Women do not determine a man's ability to deviate from patriarchal norms of what it means to be and to express masculinity. And maybe we're jumping the gun. So maybe we'll watch some more videos before I continue. But the biggest threat to a man who does not embody what people consider traditionally patriarchal masculine traits, or who doesn't play that role, is other men. I would implore you to look up gender nonconformity, specifically gender nonconforming men, which is what the male baddies I think would fall under supposedly, and look up what gender is it that polices masculinity. Look up what gender is it that's violent towards gender nonconforming men. If you find research that shows that men who deviate from patriarchal norms are more likely to be victims of violence, go and look up in that research who's perpetuating that violence. It is not women, as a spoiler. It is men, as a spoiler, if it wasn't obvious. And I want you to understand, if nothing else, I want you to understand that these men who come online combating women, stoking women, they do so because they feel safe enough to do so. I can't imagine men like this going up to a group of men talking about how they're a man baddie, women can't handle me, I'm a man baddie, and this and that. I think that's not likely because there's a safety issue if they go up to, especially some types of men, those men who are traditionally masculine. The research say they get real violent around gender nonconforming men, at least based on what I've seen and what I've read. But I don't think they're going up to a group of men and talking about how they're a man baddie, because they understand there's a safety issue and there's a certain propensity for violence from men by virtue of you being non-conforming. For some reason, instead of tackling the real consequences that gender non-conforming men can face, generally from other men, they choose to frame the conversation as an opportunity to chastise women. This man, men like him, will make no meaningful attempt to deconstruct patriarchy. This is simply another way for him to be combative towards women. Is it combative or combative? I'm going to assume both are correct. So that is it. That is all. That's not like the end of the stream, but that is my upfront thoughts on the matter. My initial thoughts on the matter is that these men have no interest in being a man baddie. He just likes to be combative towards women. So I do have a live stream coming up where we're going to talk about a concept of a man who he only deconstructs the patriarchy when the bill comes, because I think that's a lot of what's going on in this discourse. Now, let's quickly visit the video that I think is a good representation of how the conversation sort of turns into Black women are homophobic. And that's a sentiment that I find tiring. It's a discourse I find tiring. So let's watch some people who sort of have an issue with people critiquing male baddies, and we'll look at some of them and some of what they have to say. Oh, be sure to like the live if you're coming on your way in. It does help out the algorithm. So please be sure to like if you haven't already, and thank you. If you guys were here for my last stream, you already know who this is.
Situation really goes to show that a lot of y'all can't wait to be home. The discourse around the man baddie situation really goes to show that a lot of y'all can't wait to be homophobic. Like you'll turn around and say, oh, men can't express themselves in this way, or say, why don't men express themselves? But whenever a man does express himself in a way that he sees fit to himself, he's all of a sudden a punk. He's gay. He's DL. This shit is ridiculous, bro. There is some validity in what he's saying, though. Do I think he should have been the one to say it? Absolutely not. That nigga not a baddie for real. When I think of a male baddie, I think of a Kelly Oubre. You know what I'm saying? And like the point that he's trying to make is the fact that like it's insecurity is what it stems from, right? And that can be applied to both men and women. You know what I'm saying? And me myself, I've dealt with a woman that's insecure. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a vain individual. You know what I'm saying? I like the way I look, and I care about the way that I look as well. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain women that deal with me, or just people in general that are like me, whether it's a man that looks good or a woman that looks good, or even thinks that they look good and get attention.
Okay. He said thinks that they look good. The way I was reaching for this pause so quickly, but he said someone who thinks they look good. So
for their looks, you know what I'm saying? And they force their
and we all should think we look good, by the way.
Insecurities onto their partner, and this shit sucks. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is unfortunate whenever you're confident in yourself and you have somebody that's forcing their insecurities onto you and trying to like make you feel little just because they feel little. Shit's stupid, bro.
It sure does suck when someone has insecurities and they try to push them on you. That is bad. That is terrible, actually. I don't think he understands the irony of that statement, which he's using to critique women who I guess people feel can't handle male baddies, as opposed to critiquing the creator who for some reason decided to spin around in his empty apartment with no furniture one day and come at women because he felt like a baddie that women just can't handle.
And I think that's the point that he's trying to make. If not, it still doesn't like justify the homophobia that's coming out against him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, bro. A lot of y'all need to just calm the fuck down.
Now, what I don't understand is y'all can believe what you want about the Black community being homophobic. If you ask me, I'm going to make a very stark distinction between genders, because when it comes to perpetuating violence, that is gender specific, and that's not something I can generalize for Black women and Black men together. Like, I can't do that. So when it comes to Black people being homophobic, if I focus only on Black women, I try to sort of think about the relationship that Black women have with the LGBT community, specific Black LGBT community. And that relationship broadly, like in a sociological sense, seems kind and compassionate. Am I wrong? Let me see. What we'll do instead is see if they have some sociological research on the matter. Because despite people saying that Black people, and I guess in this conversation, Black women specifically, since they would be the women who can't handle male baddies in question, are homophobic, there also seems to simultaneously be a sort of Black women being there for the LGBT community the most. Like, are white men, white women, Black men, like when you think about sort of what community is there for the LGBT community, I'm not thinking of any other group than Black women. So, but let me see if they have some research on it. I would actually be very curious if this is the type of thing they can research. And I remember I just saw something about this, but I don't know if they separated it by race, but it was showing that men in particular are decreasingly accepting of LGBT, specifically gay marriage, while women were pretty high. I think women were like at 82% or higher, and men apparently are at like 40 to 50% are okay with gay marriage or gay people existing. So let me see. Like, why guess? Yeah, this is the contradiction I don't understand. That's what confuses me. Black women being both like so homophobic for, and then like, okay, the homophobic accusation feels like what's interesting to me, he's making an assumption that I feel is always made a lot, which is you knew exactly what he was talking about when he said women can't handle male baddies, and you're choosing to be homophobic and insulting him. And this is unusual to me because my immediate interpretation of the original video is confusion for like, hold up, let's quickly look at the original video. I know y'all can't handle man baddies, but like, please bear with me. No, we're going to talk about this, Alicia, because it feels gaslighting. And that's like a common theme I see in these conversations where men come out and posture an attack towards women. In this case, this is like Black TikTok. So towards Black women. And then Black women respond, and all of a sudden, like, it's homophobia. Because this man said, yes, girl, you can't handle a man baddie. And Black women said, well, why would I want to date a gay man? This was homophobic, is what I'm understanding based on the critique. But yeah, let's see what he's saying.
Women cannot handle men baddies.
Based off the 4 seconds, we're not even, hold up. 3 seconds. We 3 seconds in already. My first thoughts is, this is unusual to me. When women are in the comments saying, why would I want to date a gay man? I understand why based on the first 3 seconds of the video. My immediate thoughts I don't think Black women are in competition with gay men. Those are my immediate thoughts from the first 3 seconds. We'll let the video play. But when women are saying, why would I want to date a gay man? Why would I want to date a man and we both have to fight over who does the makeup in the mirror first? Why is the immediate assumption that these comments are intentionally being malicious and are homophobic? I feel like, why is there no grace given? Maybe these women are not mocking him. Maybe they, like I, watched this video from the first 3 seconds of which I was confused, and maybe they became confused and are now saying, what do you mean I can't handle dating a gay man? What does that even mean? I would be confused if someone said men can't handle dating a stud. I would be like, why would I be dating a lesbian woman? That doesn't make sense. Like, questioning his question, especially given the presentation of it, I don't see as malicious. I don't see as homophobic. If that's your interpretation, I understand. You can have your thoughts and your opinions, but I just want to show this for the record.
Women cannot handle men baddies.
Girl, am I just stereotyping? Am I just saying, looking at the mannerisms and saying, oh, this is probably a gay man? Is it me? Thank you for the super chat, London Lake. So does he believe Male Baddy is now replacing Pretty Boy in the year of 2026? Jesus. And this is my thing. Pretty Boy exists. Handsome men exist. There's a sexiest man alive. Apparently, let me show y'all something. My girlfriend, my girlfriend. My girlfriend. Y'all know Reggie Hayes from Girlfriends? I'm trying to look at, he was voted sexiest man alive. What is this? I've never seen this picture before. Y'all, I wasn't even looking for this. Hold up. Now, why did he take this picture? Now, what could have been the purpose? What is the context? Girl, let me see if... What is the context of this picture, y'all? I'm genuinely curious. There's no context? It's just a picture that exists? I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all hate taking detours. I do apologize. No, hold up. I guess there's no context. I was looking for his sexiest man alive picture. Like, I know that people might talk about his looks right now. He does have like an illness. I forgot what it was, but it was very detrimental to his health. And I also understand, even if he didn't have it, an illness, people age, and I'm not going to look at Wesley Snipes now when I try to understand what people were saying about Wesley Snipes back then. Does that make sense? So I'm looking for his, okay, here's one. Let's see. So he was voted sexiest man alive. You know, let me see. I think this is just how people looked back then. You know what I mean? Like the fro and the, you know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm incredibly curious about this. I'm incredibly curious. Why can't I find his sexiest man alive picture? Okay, there we go. Let me just, sexiest man alive 2007. I promise we're gonna get back to the point, y'all. I promise we're gonna get back to the point. Wait, is that his sexiest man alive picture? It's the picture of him in the bed? No. I'm not playing around with Google. Okay, there we go. I think this was his official sexiest man alive picture. Okay, it won't load. Counter day is BET.com. BET was like Tubi before Tubi existed. No, BET was like Zeus. I feel like BET was like Zeus. Okay, I can't find his sexiest man alive picture, so y'all will just have to look at him and imagine. I'm sorry, I just looked to the screen that I was sharing. I wasn't looking at it before, but I didn't realize I had this picture up for y'all. I do apologize. Yeah. Nope, nothing at all. Sorry, I can't find his sexiest man alive picture. I think maybe this is it. So do with that what you will. My point was, pretty boys exist. Sexiest man alive is a whole title that is awarded to people every year. Handsome men, like, what are they called? Silver foxes. Like, they got names for old men. I think studs was a name for men. Maybe. I don't think it's just for lesbians, if I remember right. I think men could also be called stud. Maybe. No? Okay. But the point is, there is language to describe attractive men. There's language to describe extremely attractive men. That language exists. The word baddie is very specific. Exhibit A. Not him. When you say the word baddie, Man Baddy. Something specific comes to mind, right? Does Wesley Snipes come to mind? Does Michael B. Jordan come to mind? Like, yes, Michael B. Jordan's a man baddie. Yeah, no, probably not, right? Is this what you think about when you think about a man baddie? Or do you think about something like, I don't know, this? I'm looking for some more. I don't know what is with me and detours, but I have to find these pictures. I Googled man baddie. I don't suggest y'all do it. Oh, this was one of my favorites. This was one of my favorites for man baddie. Some man baddie. Oh, I just saw a devious one. Let me see. This is man, like if he came online. Oh, hold up. It's so zoomed out. Sorry, guys. If he came online and said women can't handle man baddies, I would feel the exact same way as I do with the man who came out and said it. Women can't handle man baddies. Now he may not have the makeup, but it's something about his presentation. You know what I mean?
Women cannot handle men baddies. I don't care.
Women cannot handle man baddies. Are y'all hearing it or am I making it up? So back to this gentleman. Apologies for the very long detour. Thank you again for the super chat, London Link. I do want to blame the detour on London Link. He did say pretty boy in the year of 2026. And Male Baddy is replacing pretty boy. And when he said pretty boy, that made me think about, oh, pretty men are called pretty boys. They are called handsome. They are called silver foxes. They're even called just sexy is a term that goes to both genders as a general matter. And then that made me think of Sexiest Man Alive. And then I remembered him from Girlfriends. And then I was like, let's go and look at it. And then like, so all of that was London's fault. If he hadn't have put this with the word pretty boy, I wouldn't have even taken that detour. So no need for me to apologize. London Link, you can write your apology in the chat, but thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Now, when this gentleman says women are being homophobic, let's hear his words directly.
Thinks that they look good and get attention for their looks. You know what I'm saying? Like it really is unfortunate whenever you're confident in yourself and you have somebody that's forcing their insecurities onto you and trying to like make you feel little just because they feel little. It's just stupid, bro. And I think that's the point that he's trying to make. If not, it still doesn't like justify the homophobia that's coming out against him. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know, bro. A lot of y'all need to just calm the fuck.
Okay, homophobia coming out against him. So I think that people are interpreting what I feel like is rightful confusion from women. Like, why would I want to date a gay man? Because his presentation, in my opinion, was like, he seemed gay to me. Like maybe he seemed feminine to you, but not gay, just like a man embracing his feminine. I don't know what you felt. I don't know what people felt when they watched it. I felt like this was a gay man saying something that's confusing to me. And yeah, that's that. So I'm not sure why we immediately ascribe that to homophobia. I understand ideas around maybe we shouldn't immediately assume that a man who has certain mannerisms is gay, and maybe like this is some internal homophobic like thoughts that we have deep down that are implicit that we don't even realize we have, like down there somewhere down there, some microaggression that exists in us. But I'm not about to call women homophobic. First, like I'm not about to look at their comments as malicious when it feels like he's confusing me. So it could be that some of the women were being catty in the comments. I think so, definitely, probably. But for one, like I said, why does ill intent have to be the first assumption you make? And for two, why is there sort of ignoring the mocking videos that men like this make and like over focusing on women's response to it? This is giving me I rather choose a bear in the woods vibe, and men come out and like, specifically male feminists is what I remember, come out and talk about how how women who say they choose the bear are actually reinforcing patriarchy because it forces men into this to conform to these patriarchal roles, because if she sees all men as predators and doesn't realize that there are good men, then we blah 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 blah. There's a sort of response to women's reaction to patriarchy, women's reaction to violence, women's reaction to being insulted, to being demeaned, to being degraded, and these women respond to it. And not all women are going to respond to their oppressor with like frilly flowers and flowery language. Girl, don't say that 5 times fast. So no, not all women are going to respond to their oppressor with pretty cutesy language like, I know that you didn't mean any harm by making the Male Baddie video, but you need to realize that it came off as an attack. And like, not all women are going to sit and be attacked and then just like respond softly. Nor should we expect them to, in my opinion. Nor should the focus be on their response as opposed to the initial video. And it doesn't seem like he had a critique of the initial video. The critique he made of the initial video, mind you, the only one that I could see was, oh, he was just not the right person to say that because he wasn't pretty enough to be a man baddie. He didn't have any critique of like, why are you just starting shit with women? Why not challenge the patriarchy without like combating women? No, his issue was just that the man was not pretty enough. Hello, Level Up Single Mom. You were saying that you're on the side of male baddies in the chat and you wanted to come up to defend them. First, let me ask, would you date a male baddie yourself?
I did for my prom.
For prom?
Yeah.
Period. Oh, no, you're not going to tell us more? Okay, well.
What more is there to know? What did you want?
There's a lot more.
He served his purpose. He did his
a lot
job.
more. Was he always a baddie? Did he become a baddie that night specifically? Were there signs?
Are we talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Are you talking about his behavior? I'm talking purely about his presence. He was fine. He knew he was fine. He did what he was there to do. He gave what needed to be given.
I feel like saying a man is fine is different from saying he was a man baddie. I went to prom with a man baddie. I was not thinking a fine man. When I think of a fine man and I think of a man,
no, he
baddie,
wasn't sassy. I'm not sad about it. He wasn't sassy. He was nice. He was a gentleman, but it was very, very clear that like he was there for his look. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like, oh, a baddie. He was just undisputably fine.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing. Now your defense of male baddies.
If I must. First of all, I ain't seen a male baddie yet, though. That's what I'm saying. Like on this screen tonight, I haven't seen any.
Don't play with him like that. He already told you at the
Hey You There, it was more like a
And you have somebody
Omarion.
Omarion.
He had braids, he was tall, he was kind of like, butter almond, butter pecan complexion. He had the beard, he had the mustache goatee combo.
This man. Oh, I know him.
He was taller.
Sexy love. That one.
No, leave me alone, Petty. I'm not going to entertain you. You know who that is. I know you know who that is because when he had the red on, he was doing that little dance everybody was doing a couple years ago. I know you know.
Oh my goodness. I have him on screen. You don't see who's on screen? That's not who you're talking about?
That is who I was referring to, yes, in terms of like what he looked like, but he actually was like looked a little bit more manly. Yes, it connected all the way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like he was right out of a music video.
Is this who you're
yes,
talking
that's
about?
that's what I'm like. I know you know who that is on the screen. Yes, that's who you were just showing on the screen.
Wait, was that you who said yes, or was that in the video?
No, that was in the video. That sounded like me, didn't it? Because that wasn't me. Look, that's exactly what I got video footage of like my daughter doing stuff for Christmas. She was playing guitar when they did the tree light at her school, and all you hear is me doing that. Like, yes, look at her.
Girl, I thought you were hyping him. Oh, I know he not that fine, is he? Hold up.
He was to her. Yes. That was always the funniest part of the video to me, was that yes.
Girl, matter of fact, if I was Verizon, I would have took his check back. Matter of fact, you pay us for that.
Listen, everybody out here getting their money. It was him, and then not too long after that, Genuine fell off the stage. Like, it's been a lot going on.
Girl, that was a time. That time period was great. Everybody, all the performers was coming out and embarrassing themselves. Was that when what's her name? She the one who said just this one thing that got me tripping. Mary?
Oh, A. Marie.
Was that the same time as these?
No, A. Marie was like, this was the year before last, I think. I feel like this was like 2024, that. And then A. Marie was like last summer.
This was 4 years ago? Girl,
that's what, like, this was a while ago.
Oh my goodness. You know what? Let's have a little palate cleanser. Then we'll get back to the topic, because we didn't got a little off topic. My apologies again. So let's go ahead and have a palate cleanser. This is a friend of mine. I always love sharing his sermons. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually a big church guy. There's only one church I go to, and I listen to the same sermon every time. Let's watch.
Closet and stop keeping a secret. Come out the closet and stop keeping a secret. Come out the closet and stop keeping a secret, and let the world know, if it had not been for the Lord that was on my side,
yes,
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you were at your wit's end?
Yes.
That is my point of view. Because my point of view in the Easter story is relational. But from God's perspective, it is quite transactional. The word redemption is in its nature transactional.
Oh, that makes two people who said the word transactional today. Oh.
Listen, I'm tired of everything. It's like you hear something once and then you never gonna not hear it again online.
I'm sorry. Did you have good things to say about Pastor's sermon? Because I didn't hear you compliment his.
I'm not following you up. What about you? How does that move your spirit?
It does something to my soul every time. Now, I'm Muslim, and I'm a revert. So I grew up Christian, have been Christian all my life for the most part until recently. But something about watching that sermon. Do you believe that Jesus is always in you waiting to be brought out? Because something about that sermon, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about what we watched.
I don't know either.
Swallows me up. Okay. With that being said, the topic at hand is male baddies, ma'am.
Men cannot handle man baddies.
The hell was that? What is this?
Hey, women cannot handle man baddies. I don't know. She ain't got nothing to do with me though.
What was that?
The way I clicked on this, because I thought Chris Brown was commenting on the Male Baddies thing, and I was like, why is he? But anyway, great value, Chris Brown. I think he's trying to like he's sarcastically mocking the she was a fairy. Yup.
First off,
mocking the trend. But
real Chris Brown is actually the great value Chris Brown right about now. He's not even giving what he originally gave. This one is more like dollar store. Maybe Aldi. I'll give him Aldi Chris Brown.
now you have some comments on Male Baddies.
Get that out of my face. Don't show me.
Well, don't keep us waiting. Please let us know all your comments about Male Baddies. You came up here for a reason. I won't distract you any longer.
To talk to you.
Oh, okay.
What is there to say of Male Baddies? Like, let's dissect this. Since you want to get into it,
say your thoughts. You can say your thoughts briefly, and then we can get to the next part of his video. He doubled down on Black people and homophobia, which I want to see. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. Well, when it comes to Male Baddies, I think that it is a symptom of the times. We're in a space now where people will do anything and everything, but just be real with themselves. I do think that it is an envy. You know how they used to try to say penis envy. Women had penis envy. And oh, you know what? I have to talk to you anyway, because now I don't know. Can I not say that word? Does that affect your monetization?
What's the word?
Eggplant. Not that word, but what it signifies.
Penis? No, it's fine.
Yes. Okay.
Grown-ups. In this administration, I ain't missing no words.
To be grown up. Not that young TikTok mess. They over here trying to censor us. But yeah, I think they used to always say women had penis envy, and I think that we're seeing a lot more envy of the things that women have that men feel like they don't. And so I think that's what this is. And it's like, if you like to look good, if you like to dress up, if if you're cute, whatever it is, like, that doesn't have to be this. And I don't know what the heck that little sprightly dance was that other man just did. Like, but like, just be who you are. Why does it have to have anything to do with being a baddie? You know?
Period. Envy is the word of the day. Even like the fact, this reminds me of the city boys. Like, there was a trend that was like city boys up and city boys blah blah blah, and it seemed like men just mocking women. And then there's a certain, like, I don't know what it is about co-opting women's phrases, but like, remember what we said earlier, pretty boy exists, handsome men exist. Like, there are already phrases, there are slogans, there are descriptors to define men, including men who like want to deviate from patriarchal roles when it comes to masculinity. But specifically, let's co-opt baddies. Well,
I think because social media has, through memery and giffery and all of that type of stuff, social media has evolved to a place where we're able to convey very specific ideas and vibes and stuff. Please, Petty. We're able to do that through, language and stuff. And unfortunately, we're kind of like, the standard is to just take something that you like and just start using it. You know how they did with woke, and they're doing with all these. Now they're trying to do it with say her name. And you know what I mean? Like, it's so many, unfortunately, because it's shared in mixed company, people of different, spaces that it doesn't necessarily fall under. will see stuff and then decide that they like it, and then just you instead of trying to find something else that's an equivalent, like you said, they just jump in.
How do you feel about that? Does it feel insulting to have like black girl magic and then black boy joy comes in behind it, sort of like?
No, I love black boy joy. I love the black
I think
boy
black boy joy is less malicious.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You can feel it's like you can basically feel it when it's one or the other. I think black boy joy was just like they've always said they're concerned that girls get more, you know, positive things and representations of themselves. So I was happy that they had something, and it wasn't exactly the same. You know what I mean? It was not like, you know, black girl magic, and then it had to be black boy power. You know, it was like, no, it's black boy joy. Y'all get to be magical, and we get to be just fucking happy.
And that's on. And that's on.
Oh, period. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Production says
you getting money over here.
Aldi said, thank you, production, for $2. We're going all the way to the vending machine with this one. No, I don't know. But thank you. Aldi said, leave me out of it. On a serious note, like, thank you for the donation. That was a joke. I feel very thankful for every penny that anyone donates because it's coming out of your pocketbook and or wallet, which I think is a big deal. When did Aldi come up?
When I said that the guy wasn't great value Chris Brown, he was probably more like Aldi Chris Brown.
Oh. Now let's not do Aldi like that. Now they had that turkey.
Aldi. I'm sorry, Aldi. Let's go back to Dollar Store.
That Thanksgiving dinner they had was affordable and it was good. I'm not gonna do Aldi like that.
They really looked out. They care. And yes, Trader Joe's is Aldi too, and it makes sense because they be having little special things.
Foxy Baroxy sent $49.99 and said nothing. But right after said, caution, male baddies are being swallowed up. Thank you for the donation. I think this was you asking me to play the intro again, so I will do that and then we'll get back to the discussion into the next video. But I really do appreciate it.
I would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Been swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up. Swallowed. Swallowed up. Swallowed. Been swallowed up.
Oh, I never get tired of that.
No, me either. That's a forever banger.
I hope TD Jakes don't come asking for his money. Ooh.
Child, he all right.
That's
Is he all right? I ain't hear from him in a long time. It's been a lot of stuff going on. I'm surprised he ain't got nothing to say about. Oh no, that's right. He was talking to Cam Newton.
You don't remember he passed that kidney stone? You don't remember?
I don't know about that man's life. I don't.
Okay, I just made that up. I like making up drama. I need help.
Oh, okay.
But thank you, Foxy. I really
Why
do.
you ain't been watching reviewing Nigga by Cream?
Huh?
Cam Newton.
What did he do?
He keep talking to people. Well, people keep talking to him. I don't know.
We'll look at it in the Discord.
He got one out of me, and that's the last one. Even though I love me some Lady London, and I would like to see it, but I sat there and tried to watch that one with what's that girl, Natalie Nunn, and that just was the worst night of my life. So I'm not going to do it again.
I saw a clip from that one. I was like, oh, she's eating him up. Good. And then I saw another lady came on too. I forgot who, maybe Lauren London or someone like that. She was eating him up too.
Everybody, but the thing is now I'm also wondering if like he caught on to that and now he's just doing things. You know what I mean? Like how some people just play into certain things. Even though I don't give him that much credit as far as intelligence, but still, you know, the people around him might have figured it out. So I don't know. I just can't see nobody having people sit up there and make him look dumb like that on purpose. I mean, you know, without it being on purpose.
You got to understand something about rich, powerful men who are not very intelligent are not going to surround themselves with people who challenge their ideas, I don't think. Based on what I've seen in this administration in 2025 and now 2026, one thing about a rich, powerful man who is unintelligent is he going to surround himself with yes men. That's what I have learned.
Who's the rich, powerful man in this case?
You got to use your imagination. It could be whoever comes to mind.
I'm saying he told us that he ain't got no money no more. That's what he said last year. So I was just trying to.
Who?
Cam Newton.
Oh, girl, I like the president's broke. He's lying. Girl, I don't know what you were talking about. Cam has a sociology degree.
Don't even get me started.
Cam talked about how his professor gave him an A on his sociology class, and his other professors gave him A because he was a football player.
Yeah, well, we could tell.
I'm just playing. I made that up, but it's very believable based on him.
I don't believe he got a certificate of achievement from kindergarten. I don't believe none of that.
Oh, I'm not gonna say that. I was about to say maybe he went to the same school. You remember the doctor who came on his podcast?
Dr. Brian.
Girl, you're not supposed to say the name.
Why not?
We're supposed to be subtle.
About what? She's not.
Yeah, so maybe they went to the same university, and that's how he got his sociology degree. That's what I'll say, and I won't comment further on that. Back to the matter at hand.
Don't do her like that. They said she really did get her stuff. It's just the school was janky and closed down.
Oh, I'm gonna call her doctor. She earned her doctorates. I'm not gonna take that away from her. I don't care what I think about the school. But I'm gonna talk about that school. So this man is like, he's making his commentary and he's like, oh my God, it's so obvious that what he meant was like women can't handle a pretty man. And as a pretty man, as a man baddie myself, women can't handle me and women just don't understand how pretty I am. And that makes them upset and they're in competition with me because they're insecure and projecting.
This man right here?
You didn't hear? You weren't here for that?
I wasn't paying attention. My brain automatically turned off to bullshit. I'm sorry.
Girl, I understand your brain automatically do certain things to preserve itself and its brain cells. I completely understand what you're saying. But let me go ahead and take away what your brain did. Let's reverse it.
The discourse around the man baddie situation really goes to show that a lot of y'all can't wait to be homophobic. Like you'll turn around and say, oh, men can't express themselves in this way, or say, why don't men express themselves? But whenever a man does express himself in a way that he sees fit to himself, he's all of a sudden a punk. He's gay. He's DL.
And then this feels like a fallacy itself. The feminists who are talking about how men need to open up and express themselves and be more emotionally available are probably not the same people who are like, I don't want a man. Well, maybe they are, but also are probably not the people who are like intentionally insulting man baddies. It's specifically cisgender heterosexual man baddies. If such a thing, never mind. Specifically them. I don't think the people who are saying we want men to be soft and feminine are not also the people who are making fun of man baddies. I would wager, right? This is a guess.
But can I just say, because I'm reading and I'm so sorry. It just realized I felt like I literally like went to another dimension and came back. My brain did the same thing again. I hear nothing he said. I was looking at the screen, but my mind went everywhere but what he was saying. But I did read what he's got here on the screen. And he says, pretty men make women insecure. That's not true. I just told you I had a very pretty prom date. You know what I mean? Like women enjoyed even that. He said that in the year of our Lord 2026, when the K-pop thing is happening, all them boys is prettier than most women will ever be. And the girls love them. So I don't understand. He's lying to himself. And why is he even talking about it at all? He's not pretty.
Look, when I heard him say that he's a man baddie and his girlfriends were jealous or whatever, and I looked at him.
He
I
shouldn't
said
have
to
said
myself,
that.
whatever this man needs to tell himself about why his relationship ended, whatever makes him feel best, whatever makes him able to grapple with the reality of being broken up with by that woman or women, like whatever, go off and tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself in order to cope with the reality that you live in, as long as you're not hurting anyone. The problem is when you come online and you generalize, I feel like you're doing something wrong and projecting.
I know, and it's so bad, and I know, and that's why I just stay to myself, and I don't even say too much nowadays. But most of the stuff, and no offense to you, most of the stuff I see men whining and crying about on here, I just don't. I just don't. It just.
And then someone brought up the Borals. Hold up. Let me see if I still have that comment. I can't believe I completely forgot about the Borals this whole stream. Because they want to be the Borals. We have the Gorals, but we didn't have something for the
thing
Borals.
is, it feels like it's one of those things where they're like, well, we want to be feminine, but we also don't want to be considered, alternative. And it's like I said, the main problem is that you can clearly feel the competition from what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like they're framing it as a kind of competition. And it's like, yes, if that's what you're looking for, then fine. But there have always been good looking men that have existed in this world. And it wasn't all this, you know what I mean? And not just like, traditionally masculine men, but like really good looking, well groomed, well dressed, poised, not cavalier, sophisticated, men have existed in this world without it being this thing of like, oh, these women just can't take me. That's something new. That's something they're doing. You know what I mean? So like, what else could people do is say, besides be like, okay, why are you like this? Why are you hating? Why does this feel like jealousy?
What I was getting is his comment about, oh, so y'all want a man who's soft and emotional or whatever, but then when we do that, all of a sudden we're down low, we're punk or whatever. Sorry, I don't know if that's a slur actually. Because I was sure was saying it, and then somebody on TikTok said it was a slur, and I was like, oh. But anyway, my issue is this sort of, even his video. I hate this throw your rock and hide your hand thing, because the fact that he has pretty men make women insecure on his video, like these slights that are made towards women in these conversations aren't passing me by, and aren't slipping by me, but this sort of attack that women experience from men like this seems it seems unusual, because as I said earlier, women are not the reason men can't express themselves. What's the reason a man who wants to go and get the clear gel on his nails is seen as down low or feminine or gay or whatever he's doing that's gender non-conforming? Why is it that he's seen as not really a man or not masculine?
This is because unfortunate. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, women aren't the police of masculinity. They don't determine men's ability to deviate from patriarchal norms. And the biggest threat to men, the biggest pushback that men have for stuff like that is men, like physically, like violence. Like there are some men who will get violent with you for perceived gayness around them.
Right. And I also have to point out, for me, it seems like the component, because when we really break down, and this is like, I'm fascinated by social media, period. Like I like to be on there and have fun, but a part of the reason I like being a part of history, in that it's always evolving and shaping world culture, social media. And so one of the things that I noticed, like I said, is how specified things become when they become something that is replicatable and commodifiable online. So when we're talking about the concept of what a baddie is, what it represents, the context of it, it means a lot of things. It's not just a matter of being good looking. It's not just a matter of being charismatic. It also involves a certain kind of attention that you get specifically for being this kind of attractive. It also specifies a kind of treatment that you get in terms of like how people want to interact with you, the type of people that want to be around you and what they want to be around you for and things like that. So like I said, to use that iconography to describe themselves is also speaking to this idea of like, I want to be treated like a baddie. How are baddies treated? They're flued out, you know, they're shown off. They are spoiled and you know, people try to buy their affection. You get what I'm saying? So it's like you don't just want to be seen as attractive. You want to be treated like a prize and a trophy. And you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. I've seen the trophy men. I won't say trophy husbands because they're not married, but I've seen the trophy men, yeah.
Yeah, you want to be
Their
able
desire
to,
to
like,
be the trophy men.
like it is really to that point where you may say, oh, well, men already had rap and then women started doing, you know, pussy rap, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm the baddest and people want me and da-da-da-da-da. You don't know what pussy rap is? It's Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B, and it's basically saying like, my pussy is the best pussy. All the men want my pussy. All the women wish they had my pussy.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
it's
I was like, oh, that seems rude, but I guess
it's how women talk their ish the same way. Here I go trying to censor after I said all these
we don't
words.
have to call it that type of rap. Why would you?
But that's what it's called.
Yeah, I didn't.
But
I know now. I was just my initial was, huh? Why would you say that?
Yeah, I was getting to that. Hey there, hey you there. Yes, men were doing baddie rap, but it was not. It still had that edge where you could say, "Oh well, this is about being in the street, and he's the toughest dude in the street, or what, you know." And then like when women came and started doing their version, it was about the things that women can use to say, oh, well, I'm that girl, and this is how I show you I'm that girl. You know, I can show you I'm that girl because your man wants me, your dad wants me. You know what I mean? I can show you I'm that girl because I dress better than you, and I get, you know, respect. I get treated and stuff. You just get humped and maybe taken to McDonald's. Like, it's a very specific type of thing that it goes to. So when a man is wanting to attach himself to a baddie, now it's like, to me, I wouldn't be surprised if what's his name? He did it. What's his name? His name YFN or NBA Youngboy. One of them, it's two rappers that look the same, but one did a song last year where he was like, talk about I'm sexy. I can't remember what the song was. You know what I'm talking about? And it was him walking around with a bunch of like Instagram models, but he was like, no, he light skinned. It's not Young Thug. It's either NBA Youngboy or the other one that looks like him. That's a different person, but I don't know his name. NLE Chopper, that's his name. That's him. I think it was him. And he had this song. Go look up his song, NLE, and he was doing something. And to me, like, that's what I'm talking about. Is that kind of energy of like, yo, I'm the bad bitch in the room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You sound not interested.
I don't know these people.
You should. You younger than me.
I just don't know the cast. I ended the last poll since 91% of you voted no, he's not a baddie, and 9% of you voted yes, he is a baddie. We had 94 votes. Thank you everyone who did vote. The 9% of you who voted yes, he is a baddie did not come up. That's fine. You're not under attack, and it is not necessary, but it is what it is. The next question is, can you handle a male baddie? Please do vote on the poll in the chat. Thank you. So I don't know if you see the connection or not when it comes to watching all of these videos and sort of reviewing the pop culture moments around it. Not around this specific video, but like the concepts that we're discussing. But there's a sort of tie-in that I feel, and I briefly mentioned it earlier, but there's a sort of the man versus bear came to my mind because of how men get offended by the bear question because it hurts their feeling. And in that conversation, they prioritize their ego, they prioritize their feelings over safety, women's safety, or at least in this conversation, women expressing why they don't feel safe around men. And this is actually why I feel like the male baddie is, I won't say dangerous, but there's a similar sort of centering himself in women's narrative, or rather centering themselves, because it's like a crowd of men, not just this man and the one that we saw. And there's also a concept I'm trying to develop of weaponized mimicry, where men are performing femininity in a way that silences women, if that makes sense. And everything about the conversation and the discourse here, as well as the man versus bear conversation, seems malicious on men's parts. It seems very much combative. It seems mocking. It seems gaslighty. I've seen sentiments like, "Oh, women wanna feminism until it doesn't benefit them," or even he said earlier in his video that, "Oh, women want a man who's soft, but all of a sudden now that I'm soft, now I'm gay," or whatever. Sorry, I will get him off the screen. Sorry, guys. I don't know where I want to go with that, but I do want to explore this concept more because it feels very prominent and like a very repeated thing, a sort of men are quote unquote breaking free from the patriarchy, but the breaking free is like, I'm not gonna pay for the whole bill. I'm a feminist man and we should go 50-50, right? Because aren't we equal? Or if a woman hits me, I'm going to mollywop her into the ground. I'm gonna body slam her because we're equal. Or don't you guys want to be equal? It feels very, I can't find the word I'm looking for here.
It's spiteful and resentful.
Yeah, it's very much, oh, didn't you want to be equal though?
Yes, it's spiteful and resentful. I think that it really all boils down to that entitlement of masculinity TM, where it's like, okay, y'all have freedom and I resent the freedom you have, because even with the freedom that you have, I still expect you to use your freedom to play into what I want and what works for me. So yeah, you get to say what you want to do and what you don't want to do, and you know, so now I'm going to be, you know, they call it what's it called? Weaponized acquiescence or something like that. Where it's like, I'm going to do what you want me to do, but I'm going to do it in such a way that it's, you know, you're not going to enjoy it, type of thing.
Malicious compliance.
Yeah, malicious compliance. And it's like, it's a bit of that, but it's also just simmering rage. You know, like, it really is just simmering rage. I know for me as a woman, I just don't see, and mind you, I'm a bit older. So when I think of things in terms of like the people are really thinking about when they're having these conversations, and you know, it's younger people. It's the people from about I'd say their 20s to their 30s and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like those are the people, those are the young hot people that people are thinking about. But when it comes down to what they seem to be wanting, like the men seem to be wanting, and they're not getting it because more and more women are understanding and being able to see and pay attention, and more men are talking, God help them. And so now they're making more informed decisions. The things that used to that women used to kind of hold on to, even if the men seemed janky, they would still say, oh, well, one day my prince will come. I still want to get married. I still want to, live the fantasy. Nowadays, girls are like, actually, I want to do what I want to do. I want to be sloppy or funky or travel or whatever I want to be. I want to be it for me and not because some man is going to be around. And so there's nothing for these men to utilize like they used to before. So now it's just like, oh, well, we're equal, right? And also, sorry, let me say, I know I'm kind of running on.
No, please.
I just notice very much so when men are talking that there is this wistfulness of like, it's a powerlessness and it's kind of a hopelessness. And it's just like, nothing is just ever going to work out for me because these women just won't let me do what I want to do. And it's like their whole happiness, their whole identity and everything is centered around how women interact with them. And it's just like, it's sad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know who you are outside of how women relate to, shout out to Erica De Niro, but you don't know who you are outside of how women relate to you. I'm sorry. I don't know how that feels. I've always been me. I've always belonged to me. I've always thought of myself as the main character. And they'll even weaponize that. They'll say that in conversations. You just swear you the main character. Why wouldn't I be the main character in my own life? Why is that abnormal to you? But it's clear they're not. That's it.
You say you want to be the main character in your own life? Don't let Ryan Davis hear that. We already know how he feels about his daughter wanting to be the main character in her life.
Can I just say?
Don't take the bait.
No, can I just say? No, right, don't take the. Can I just say, I did not watch that and I will not be watching that because I'm holding everybody accountable. We have to stop watching this shit. If we think it's stupid, if we think the hosts are stupid and everything like that, then why the hell do they have all these ratings? Somebody got to, like.
That's why we watch it I guess you won't be joining us in the Discord after. The idea is we're supposed to watch it from one account together. Y'all are supposed to go out and look at all these videos. I'm supposed to collect the video. We're supposed to review it here. We're supposed to voice our frustration. We're supposed to dissect it, understand why it's stupid, look at the concepts behind it without giving them all these views.
Yeah, okay.
But
I was just going to say about what I did see because I saw, the clips of what he said. And then I saw his response online, the one you played tonight. I had seen it, on my own during the day. And I was very much so annoyed with him because I was just like, that's a classic deflection in terms of, oh, everybody's just stupid and they just don't get it. And that's not the masses' fault per se, because at this point in the game, we all know how social media works. So you know that if you do a piece of long form media and other people are in charge of it, they get to cut it however they cut it. They're going to cut it with the most sensational thing. The most sensational thing, unfortunately, seems to be the stuff that triggers people. So you're mad at people for falling prey to something that was designed to trigger them and get them talking about it in this way, because that's the stuff that moves the fastest. That's how things move the fastest on social media. So instead of you saying, damn, Shay, you really fucked me up and you really made me look bad, you want to come and lash out at everybody else got to be stupid now. So that's number one. Number two, he said something about oh yeah, because my people, my people are so smart and they know what's up and nigga, I've never sat and watched his comment. I only used to see his clips many years ago, when he was going viral and stuff on social media. But I wouldn't give it profound. He wasn't, he wasn't blowing my mind with anything he was saying. Was he a little funny? I did a little sometimes, yes. But it wasn't nothing he was doing. He's not he's not Eddie Murphy. He's not Martin Lawrence. He's not Kevin Hart. He's not even, what's that man name? Chris Rock. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't giving it. He was a funny guy for the time in which he came up, and that's good enough. Kudos to him. But then when it gets to the point of talking to your, like, have you talked to your daughter about this? You know, like, have you even talked to her about this? And then
my daughter was looking for safety and protection and providing, and so I blasted her on the internet instead about how greedy she is.
Gave this nigga a picture. That's the thing. They got the picture from you. So you give them a picture and you're going to say this thing. And I get, like, I saw what people were saying and I heard what he was saying in terms of, like, oh, the full conversation was about how I felt bad that I hadn't been there for her and our relationship had deteriorated to this way. And he did, was acknowledging, according to him, that was his fault, at least somewhat in part. But at the same time, again, why are you talking to this bumbling idiot about something like this? Do you know who that is? Do you know the association with him in terms of taking care of his black daughter? That's what I'm like. I came and got on you about certain things. I'm just very, very stringent about being as socially aware when you're in a public place about how you do things and how you handle people. And it's just like, okay, y'all got to stop looking for us to do the work that you need to do of protecting your kids from things that can get out of control. The internet is not new. And he's not new to the internet. So why is it that you would come up and think that you could just talk about this sensitive thing, with your, like, have you talked to her about it? Number one. And then how things go. Why would you you didn't need her picture up there. That picture wasn't up there, for her. That picture was up there to make you look like, oh, yes, I'm so sad I missed my baby, while you are inferring that she's a gold digger.
Girl, the way this supposedly rich, I couldn't find his net worth. Man is complaining about his daughter wanting to go on a field trip at 10 years old, she only wanted me for my money, and our relationship is now transactional now that she's grown, is bothering me because I don't think wait until he see what these kids in these Roblox bucks, wait until he see what some real greed look like. Wait until he sees some real transaction. Somebody said if her son wouldn't care if she had cancer and she was dying, he would still want them Roblox.
He needs to be lucky he got the resources for her to try to ask him for, because a lot of men don't.
And then the idea of him talking to Shannon Sharp, right? I remember seeing this earlier too. Talking to Shannon Sharp, who Shannon Sharp wanted to spend only $30,000 on his daughter's wedding. Meanwhile, he retired an OnlyFans model by cutting her a check of something like $50 million, right? But he felt. I remember them leaked phone calls, right? He was feeling loved in that these relationship where he cut in this $50 million to OnlyFans girl is fine, but when it comes to a little bit of scrap money for my daughter, that's a problem.
But this is the thing, and I'm not trying to minimize it, and I'm definitely not trying to like coddle him or victimize him. But let's be real, he didn't give that lady money because he wanted to. He gave it to her because he had to, and. You get what I'm saying? So that doesn't make him any better or anything, because at the end of the day, that just shows like he wants to be in control and feel like he doesn't have to give it. Like that's just a man-woman thing. Like he didn't give that woman money because he wanted to. He gave her money because she was able to outsmart him in his dick sickness that he wasn't thinking straight and position himself to get got. But your kids should be able to come to you up front and say, hey, daddy, I need this. Or you should see that they're doing something in their life and you should want to pay into it. I would have agreed with you.
Actually, I would have agreed with you. She has blackmail on him and he's paying like I went and looked it up. He's paying a settlement. He offered a $10 million settlement, but I think it ended up being more, if I remember right, for the sexual assault.
It was a lot more. It was a whole, like they said, he has changed her life and probably set her up generationally
while his daughter got to beg for. Anyway, so yeah. I would have agreed with you. Okay, yeah, she has blackmail and he's doing this to make this go away and to settle this court case, and his kids are his kids. This isn't like a woman blackmailing him and threatening to release something. But then I realized when children of celebrities do come out with that blackmail, when children of celebrity, I'm thinking about Brian McKnight, they just take it. oh, if you don't give me
But you-
money, Dad, I'm gonna come out and tell the world about how you abused me and how you were verbally abusive to me and how you were putting hands on me and how you never gave me anything and you watched me starve while you were feeding your other male celebrities. Just take it.
Well, for one thing, let's clear something up. I've never heard of a situation where the child was threatening to do it and wouldn't have done it if money was given. Usually the kids are just fed up.
Never go ahead.
I've never heard of a situation where the kids are like, I've got this and I'm going to tell it if you don't do X, Y, or Z. Usually they're just like, yeah, I'm sick of your shit and I'm tired of watching you gallivant all around acting like, you know, it's something that's not. I'm going to tell my story. I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong.
Girl, I'm
just saying, I've never
so
seen
fast.
You said what?
I'm Googling so fast.
Yeah, usually they just be like, no, you know what? Y'all sitting here smiling up in his face. Let me tell y'all something about how my life has been. And then they just tell their story. And it's just like a lot of people feel like they can just do whatever to children. And then when the kid gets old, forgetting that kids become adults. People don't see children as people. And it's like a kid becomes an adult and then they're going to have their own story, their own perception of the story of y'all's relationship.
Girl, I started reading. I got into some deep trouble.
Oh no.
A woman who claimed to be the illegitimate daughter of Bill Cosby and attempted to extort $40 million from him in 1990. Girl, I'm just all deep in these synopsises and these plots. And
no, those are people who are like, I think I'm your kid. And that's the scandal of it. When you said, oh, your children, I thought you was talking about children that was in the house with them that they raised or they sort of raised or it looks like they raised. You done modded everybody. Everybody trying to figure out why everybody got a wrench.
Girl, I'm looking for the people without a wrench.
I just want y'all to know that I had a wrench before it was popular.
Yeah. Anybody else got something to say? She said, why so many mods? Boom, you want to. Welcome.
If everyone's super, no one will be.
Now, we did get quite off topic. What I'll do is play the interlude and then we can do the after show. I think my main issue with the Male Baddies thing is, which I've been like just repeating over and over and over again, is number one, the narrative that men are just claiming women are just jealous. They're insecure. They can't handle the men. Men are just who are baddies, who are just doing their skincare and who have their attitude and who have their boundaries. Women just can't handle it. And there's a sort of observation I make about, like, do you notice who they're doing this baddie performance for, right? They're doing it for women on TikTok, or like the man said, I guess women in his real life. But there's a sort of, this manhood is precarious because if you walk into a barbershop full of traditional men or a construction site and you start acting like a quote unquote male baddie, what would happen? You wouldn't get a mean comment. If you don't receive violence, what you would get is like ostracization. I recall.
Sorry, Petty. Hold on, but the non-wrenched are saying that now they're the 1%, and so now the people that are modded are on the outs, and we can't sit with them. And I thought that was hilarious.
Y'all are segregating?
Yes, it's segregation and wrenchism. Is wrenchism like tenderism?
It's two classes of people in this chat.
Tenderness,
girl,
the haves and the have-nots.
I didn't got in the tenderism trenches. Now I'm watching these video essays and these exposes. And Keith Lee then came. Girl, let's go ahead and do this interlude. Thank you, production, for the super chat. I was looking at it, and I think what I would have said is not that these men are the prize. What I would have said is they are the table or something, whatever they want to be. They are the table. And now the table's not set, and there's no food on it or silverware, cutlery.
But do you remember, like, not too long ago, there was all these people were making all these videos about how the guys were acting in the clubs, like how they were like pushing the women
they
out
still
the
making them
way.
video. Like,
Yeah,
girl, we can't
they
even
trying
get
to
up
be
to
on
dance with the
stage.
entertainer, the men up there.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, this really is, when in a couple decades, they're probably going to be studying this in sociology classes. Like, it's a thing. Do you think, no, actually now, because I feel like this is, do you have time to talk about this?
What? Oh, Keith Lee and the tenderness.
What? No, to talk about the Male Baddy thing more.
Yeah, I forgot what. I forgot why I stopped talking. Oh, the mods, the wrenches are doing their revolt.
I'm saying that, like, I don't think, like I said, it's about what they perceive a baddie gets. So it's like, it's these men growing up looking at what Instagram models and stuff have been able to get. And truthfully and honestly, like, there has been a whole economy that attractive women, or women that make themselves attractive in very specific particular ways, they're all in these same spaces, and these men are seeing these women get attention from these other men that they look up to, like Drake, you know what I mean, and all these people. And they are kind of probably have been developing a kind of envy towards these women for the proximity to these men. And now we're seeing it manifest. What do you think of that hypothesis?
I'm just sick of male bad. I didn't only know about male baddies for 3.5 seconds, and I'm sick of them.
Yeah,
I don't want to pathologize. I don't want to analyze them. I don't want to search for the nuance.
Well,
I don't want to explain
bring it up.
I don't want to look into the sociology. I don't want to look into the psychology of what they're doing. I'm sick of male baddies. It's been one day. I'm sick of it.
Petty, you sat here, made a thumbnail, made a whole thing. You talk about you sick of it. You want to analyze it. What did you want us to do? Just laugh?
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And, you know, I just think that these men are truly jealous. And that's the nuance a lot of people don't understand. It's not just hatred, but it's jealousy. What do you think about that, princepetti? I was just like, I can't stand these niggas. I'm sorry for not adding.
I'm sorry, I tried to elevate the material. My bad.
I apologize for not adding. What I will do is give final thoughts. I'll try to be brief. We can have an after show, and we can get on this tenderism, and we can figure out what's going on with the mods in the chat and what is this revolt. But like I said, there's a sort of disrespect they're doing to women, and a sort of playing in their face that I think they only get away with because they know that women are safe. Like, they're saying, oh, women can't handle me. But women are the safest audience that these men have are women. At the worst, these women are like roasting them. I wouldn't even call it roasting, because the only things I have seen from women are legitimately asking, why would I want to date a gay man? This does not seem like a roast.
It's also the fact that, you know, that ticking black women off is a lucrative thing to do on social media. So they probably, some of them, at least I would hope, the ones that look the way they look and coming up here saying this shit are probably just doing that.
What does look the way they look mean? Never mind.
You know what?
So yeah, they're saying women can't handle them, but the women are safe for them, and at the worst, they're like roasting. Like, some of the women who, like, you are attacking them, like directly. You are directly being disrespectful, in my opinion, towards them, and they're responding to that disrespect with a roast at the worst. But I would say the majority are genuinely just curious, like, and confused about why they would be wanting to be with a gay man. And these men understand that women are roasting them while men would be policing their masculinity with violence. And they're doing this baddie thing, and this, what I feel like, is an attack towards women because they know women won't hurt them. And then there's a sort of we didn't get into the data. I would have liked to, but there are legitimate statistical reasons why women, even feminists, would push back on the idea of a man baddie or men giving up their patriarchal responsibilities, even if you are a feminist. We live in a patriarchy, for one, and you cannot disconnect yourself from patriarchy in a meaningful way just because you are in your household going 50-50, pretending like you don't live in a whole patriarchy that benefits the man who you are splitting bills with. By virtue of being in a patriarchy, it doesn't matter if he's the man at the top. It doesn't matter if he's a white man. It doesn't matter if he's a rich man. It doesn't matter. By virtue of being in a patriarchy, he is benefiting continuously, daily, always, and it is to your detriment. And the idea that women being apprehensive about going 50-50, for example, or I guess dating a man baddie is contradictory to feminism seems not true to me, number one. But also, I think that there's a audacity, and what I describe is a slap in the face. Women have stepped up. Women do pay bills. Women do work. Women do lead. Women do take on the male role of providing, despite men continuously being online shitting on women. Statistically, women are like splitting bills, and women are looking for emotionally available men. Like, women are actually breaking those patriarchal.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, but there's a battle happening in your
Girl, they shooting. Oh my goodness.
And also, hi LB.
Hi LB. I just see LB in the chat. Thank you for the bone heartbreak. I don't know what this means. Is this a meme? I don't want to misinterpret it because you paid
No, that
money.
was, I think that was about something we were talking about earlier.
The bone broke?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm sorry. It's crazy. Sometimes the bone break. You gotta pop it back into position. That's what I heard. Why am I the only one fighting? Girl, what is going on? That's a wrench. All right. Let me see if we can take everybody wrench away. We'll
See, y'all ain't know how to act. Now everybody gotta.
That's what happens. Community punishment. That's what that is.
See what that is? That's male stewardship. LB, you don't have to miss us. Come back, girl.
Get down, Mr. President.
Like, no, I'm talking about some comeback, girl. I'm barely back.
Girl, they got dynamite.
It's really, it was, that's what I was like, I think you should know. I would hate to you be turning around and then you only got like 2 people left.
Girl, y'all need to bring these weapons to the protest. Y'all ain't see what's going on. Don't
That's
do that.
The funniest part about having these live streams where everybody like know each other, because then after a while they're not even paying you no attention when you they be doing stuff amongst themselves.
Okay, I'm confused about who wants to be a mod, who doesn't want to be a mod.
You might as well leave everybody as they are right now, because that's the whole thing.
You said minimal effort.
Life is life, and I understand, girl. That's exactly. I was supposed to be doing some stuff, and then people came to me with the bullshit last week. So I feel the same way. It is a reunion, Alicia.
Period. Minimal effort. I like your suggestion. I'll just be the minimal effort black man. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, Baby Fairy, for the super chat. I'm going to play the interlude. We can go on the other side because I feel like I keep saying I'm gonna say my last word, and then I'm gonna say my last word, and then I'm gonna say my last word, and then I just have more words. So let's just go ahead and get to the other side. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Be sure to leave a like if you haven't already, and subscribe if you liked this video and want to see more. And I'll see you on the other side of this.
You really want to catch fucking 350 pounds of dude in your ass?
Of course.
Sounds like a good time.
That's a good time to me. He hop on my meaty, he start riding me. I said, Daddy, don't stop it. Look how he drop it. Just like a pilot, I'm all in his cockpit. I lick the cock tip, I let the cock drip.
That is an assault on my senses every single time.
We technically made the time limit villainous crone. We technically made the time limit. This is the after show. It don't count. Yeah, I would have liked to get into the data because like women are going 50-50. Women are doing the patriarchal roles. Men aren't doing the feminine role. Like men are not doing chores. Men are not cooking. Men are not cleaning. Men are like the research shows that men are doing these things more, but still it's like incomparable to women. Like I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I mentioned this in the last stream, but the research shows when women are breadwinners, when they pay the majority of or all of the bills, they actually do more household chores. Men who pay less bills do less chores. Men who pay less bills do less childcare. Men who pay less bills do less cooking, cleaning, any of the domestic labor or duties or stuff like that. Men do less of it when they pay less. So the statistical reality, and one that a lot of women are living, which we can see because women are talking on TikTok and on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook, and we can see them talking now, and we can see the relationships they're going through, is women will gladly drop the parts of patriarchy that benefit them, and they will adopt more modern roles. Men will drop the parts of patriarchy that don't benefit them and then hold on to everything else.
Is that a question?
It's an assertion.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, wait, was I supposed to respond to that? Okay.
So when feminists talk about being apprehensive, and I'm saying feminists specifically because there's this, oh, so you want to be a feminist until it's time to pay the bill. Oh, so you want to be a feminist, blah, 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 blah.
Well,
it seems unusual.
You also have to remember, they don't really know what a feminist is. They're just assigning certain things to feminism. When they say feminist, they're just saying a woman who doesn't want to just do whatever a man tells her to do. They don't investigate why they don't want to do it. They don't want to interact with whether or not the expectation they have of this woman is actually reasonable. Like it's just, oh, you're not male centered, basically.
I do think that's true. I think nuance is declining, unfortunately. The way I watched this woman be shot in the head in her car, and immediately the reports came out. Well, not reports, but like this man who's in the White House on his Twitter come out, talk about how we immediately determined she was a radical leftist immediately based on she didn't do what we want her to. Or something like that. I believe you. Everything you say, I believe. I believe they look at a woman and say, I don't think she likes me, and therefore she a feminist and a hypocrite. Because she's not attracted to me. Let go of your women. You need to let go of the beauty standard for men and requiring a man to be attractive, because that's built on patriarchy and it's built on pretty privilege, and you need to let go of it. Meanwhile,
guess what? The studies show that women are not. You know how they talk about the female gaze and the male gaze, and like how men think that they gotta look like
wouldn't it be the
bodybuilders and stuff like that, and women are like, no, a dad bod is fine. You know, like
wouldn't it be the male gaze and the female lesbians?
What?
You said they talk about the what?
the men, they say that women, they think that women want, you know, this is the top 10% of men, and you know, you have to have a jawline, and now they're sitting around mewing and shit, you know, trying to have this look that they think is what they need, when it's like, okay, yes, there are some men, like I said, there've always been good looking men, just objectively good looking men. You know, we're talking the sculptures of yore, you know what I mean? So there have always been testaments to traditional masculinity in terms of what stuff looks like. But in real life, there are other things that men can get by on. Look at Big E. You know what I mean? It's like, if you can do certain things, if you have charisma, if you're confident, if you just kind of know what you have that works for you and lean on it, it doesn't have to be all the time, you know, or you're going to look the best or whatever like that. And it doesn't always have to be having a whole lot of money too. Like what you make up for, the same way they say with women, what some women make up for in they don't have in looks, they make up for in their personalities. These men don't have personalities, and they resent the idea that they need to develop some. So like, what can we do with that?
You better walk away from it, or 4B or something. This is not advice. I'm not giving advice. I don't give advice, but I would recommend walking away from these men. Walk away from the boils.
I mean, what else can you do? And mind you, people are doing whatever they're figuring out to do every day, right? But it's just like the trends are showing, and I'm talking about, you know, the statistical trends or whatever are showing that like it's on a decline. You know what I mean? Like more and more, as more and more kids grow into adults, and they're seeing all of this stuff too, and they're seeing like how their parents are acting and all this other stuff around, all this stuff that's going on, they're being prompted to look at stuff, like I said, with a more nuanced eye. That's something else I don't think a lot of the men are realizing, that now that all of this stuff that used to kind of be conjuncture, or, you know, not many people knew about being so readily available on the internet, it's just like these kids are having an earlier chance to kind of look at this stuff, analyze this stuff, apply it in their own lives, see where they see it, and be more discerning.
It sounds like you saying don't deal with these mans. It ain't
First
worth
of all, of all the people, I've been saying it. I was saying it back when people was yelling that wasn't that didn't make sense. So, you know,
men and women need each other. We need
not
each
even
other.
men and women. Well, never mind. Let me not try to get into that and bring up old stuff. But I'm just saying, like, there was a point in time where there was a group of us in close quarters that was saying, hey, yeah, let's just not deal with women. And we were being told, well, that didn't make sense because women like to have sex with men and all this other stuff. And you can't tell people that. It was just like, okay. But that's all I got for you. That's the only solution.
Nah, this is crazy. You know the saying, well, all men cheat, so you might as well get a cheater with like who's rich or something like that. Something to that effect. It's always like all men are terrible, so you might as well get someone who's terrible and rich, or blah blah blah. Like, it's crazy.
If you want a man, if you want a man, then yeah, you probably going to have to recognize that even if it's not cheating, right? Like for me specifically, cheating would never be an option for me. If I know that you're a cheater, I just do not want you. However, the idea of like there are other things that I found to be unique to men and quote unquote men TM and masculinity TM that I don't have a much of a tolerance for. And so that was the reason why I stopped dating and stuff like that, because I was just like, I generally don't seem to like what men seem to believe they have to be in order to be a man. I don't like that stuff. So I'm going to just not engage because I can't get to the stuff that I like without having to maneuver that other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I wasn't giving, hopefully it didn't come off like I was giving the advice to go find a man who's rich and let him cheat. Hopefully that's not what it came off of. What I was more so expressing is like shock that this is the research corroborate this. Actually, find a rich man or find someone you're equally yoked with, and they will like treat you poorly according to what women are saying about dissatisfaction in relationships. But actually find a mediocre man, find a poor man who's not doing well financially, find a man who's not very educated, and he will treat you the same or worse. As I was saying that, I was like, wait, that's not very shocking, actually.
But no, because what they try to do is a lot of times they will conflate things. And it's like, okay, well, if a rich man is going to take advantage of you because he's rich and be mean to you because he can pay to be mean to you, then you need to automatically get a man who doesn't have as much money because you won't have to worry about that. And it's like, what you mean I don't have to worry about it? Poor men cheat and misbehave and abuse and stuff all the time. It's just that I won't have the benefit, the added benefit of money or whatever. Like
no, it's crazy to push back. The women need to realize that a rich man can cheat on you too. Well, actually, statistically, no,
I mean, honestly,
you don't find that like you don't
he
find
probably will, but I would no, let me not say that because I don't want to make it seem like I'm like, yeah, I want to cry in a Benz. That's the point. I'm not crying. But if I am going to cry, if there's a chance of me crying, then yes, I'm going to try to put all the things around me to, that I could come up off of this situation. If you're saying that to deal with a man is to cry, you know what I mean? Like if to deal with a man means that I'm going to have to cry, then yeah, I'm going to cry with a few extra ducats in my pocket. Yes.
Villainous, I just want to respond by saying my understanding of what I read in the data could have changed. It's been several years. And I don't have a citation for you. So a grain of salt, absolutely. My understanding was that men who are attractive or wealthy or whatever, who have no issue with dating or finding a partner, are less likely. It's not so much as poor people are unhappy. It's more so like they don't have the opportunity. So when the opportunity presents itself, it's more enticing, if that makes sense. Whereas someone who's saturated with that type of attention could care less about it. Think about like, I don't know why, but my friend has a bunch of Indian men in her DM saying all types of bobs and vagine that they want to get into. And she don't pay that no mind. But I assume if a man who men keep talking about how hard it is for them to date and a key and a lock and there's something about it being difficult for them to find women, got like a woman throw a crumb of attention his way, I could see him being a lot more desperate for it. So even though that's a difference in dynamic between men and women, I could see that difference in like attractive men versus non-attractive men, and you can define attraction as like physical or financial or however you want to, but I don't know if that's what you were talking about at all.
No, yeah, I'm just saying like there are trade-offs. There are always going to be trade-offs, and when it comes to heterosexual relationships, romantic relationships, it's just like I said, the things that I have seen men of all across the board, any place that I've gone when these conversations are being had, the things that I've seen them assert are pivotal to their emotional and mental and spiritual well-being as men TM are things that I am not willing to tolerate or accommodate and or I don't believe are actually necessary, you know, for them to be well as human beings. And so it's like I'm just opting out. But there are some people who believe in the supposed benefits of being in those types of relationships so deeply that they're like, oh yeah, that's a fair trade, or even if I don't think it's a fair trade, it's a trade I'm willing to make. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I agree. I agree. We opting out 2026 because I'm not gonna play around in this administration. I wouldn't.
Listen, in this economy, and this is my thing, like the money gotta be long for me to be like, because the type of person I am, and depending on how rich that person is, and depending on what exactly it is that they got going on that I might find problematic, I might be able to swing the situation. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people get married, especially rich people, they get married and then they don't talk to each other ever again almost. You know? So I don't know. There's different strokes for different folks. But right now I haven't come across any situations that seem like it's worth my while.
Okay, villainous, completely disregard all of that then. Apologies. You have friends, Vitamin. You have similarly minded people.
Yay.
With that being said, girl, what's going on with Unc and Tenderism? And why is his video used to be like, oh, haha, look at the meat's tender and he's dancing and he's so happy. But then after they told me that he don't own the restaurant, now I look at his dancing differently. Because why are you bucking and jiving? And all this exaggerated move. Hold up. Tenderism. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Let's get up to speed. Let's get everybody up to speed. Tenderism. Oh, that's tenderism.
Murder magic tricks got rich. Ah! The wrenches have been weaponized. What fun.
Y'all think we was playing though. See this brisket here? So if it, I want to make sure y'all see the clarity on it. Look, I told you. I just want to see if they tip.
So this was in November, and I remember these videos popping up on my feed, and we was all laughing and kicking. We was all enjoying it. Like, Unc he's getting his restaurant out there. He's getting his name known. Like everybody's gonna come to, what was that place called? We don't even know. All we know is Unc.
That's what we was just like, Unc for Tenderism. They should have just turned it to Tenderism.
So, y'all think we was playing though.
Like, girl, I was just watching that man. I know him. He was a TikToker. He collabing, just squeezing the meat, just falling apart. Just squishy.
Whatever that is, I just
Oh my gosh, I'm about to bust. God damn, boy. Spit on it. Bro.
Y'all think
I don't remember that. Yeah, wait, I don't remember that part. I don't remember. I think I was something
Let this
else.
be a lesson to you all. You'll live long enough to see yourself become everything you hated.
Now, what's interesting is Keith Lee. Enter Keith Lee. Have you heard of him? The singer. So basically,
I think in the periphery somewhere.
The peripherals. That's the edge. So in the peripherals of your vision, you know who Keith Lee is. Now, Keith Lee, he sings, I think, but he also apparently reviews restaurants. No, I'm thinking about Keith Sweat. My bad. No, Keith Lee is different. Let me see if I can find this damn video.
To California, and this, in my opinion, is the most to California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated video I've ever done. In my hand is food from Destination Smokehouse, with the Tenderism. My whole mission today to see, in my opinion, is the food actually tenderism, or do I just love watching Unc? Let's find out together. I got it. Let's try it, and we're going to 10. We spent $129.77. The customer service my family said was very good. This food was quick. It only took us 10 minutes to get it. And Unc is here, but Unc walking around with 4 different security guards, which I fully understand because people probably bombarding him nonstop. So I'm gonna show you the got, and we're gonna try it, and we're going to 10. Holiday yams, mac and cheese, coleslaw, 2 orders of Texas toast, 4 sides of barbecue sauce, and a 3-meat plate. I got a beef rib, some oxtail, and some brisket. We're gonna start with what I came here for. The beef rib. I didn't touch it. I didn't do nothing. This is how it came. To me, it looked like it's sliced. It looked like they slid it straight down the back. So when I pick it up, that's what happened. I'm gonna pick it up and see if it fall off the bone. Well, there ain't no bone in here. I'm gonna just see if it fall apart. It do not.
Oh yeah.
This thing ain't going nowhere. The most important is how it tastes. Let's see. It's very smoky. I think it could definitely be more salt added to this. But right now, I just taste smoke and a lot of peppercorns, which is a very good plus. It's juicy. You can see all of my beard. It's all on my lips up there. That barbecue sauce is sweet. And I think exactly that's what it needs. Again, a little more salt will take this a long way. But as is, I'm at a 7.5 out of 10. This might be the tenderism that we were talking about. This oxtail. It's tender now. Now that's tender. That's the meat.
Where's that?
Now, if I had glasses, I'm throwing the glasses on the floor. That is delicious. Fantastic, man. Actually, tender, juicy, peppery, smoky, salty. That might be the best oxtail I've ever had. It's top 3. It ain't 3. I'm supposed to be tasting. I'm on my 3rd bite. Delicious. For me, personally, 9.7 out of 10.
It's the peppery, good. And this is tender. I'm going to 9.5.
All right, that's the brisket. It ain't going nowhere. Oh, there we go. A little bit of pool action. This is extremely over-seasoned, in my opinion, when it comes from not only a sodium level, but also a flavor level. That's a decent brisket, in my opinion. 6.5 out of 10. This nigga from Texas. I got somebody from Texas with me. Shout out there.
That's a juice.
You smoking? Hey, sip.
It's mac and cheese. I don't know if this is oil or if this is a light, but
Better start separating from the noodle.
The cheese completely separated, but almost curdled. I don't know what noodle that is. This is the noodle. I'm not a fan of that at all. Okay, this is the yam. Okay, now that's sweet, cinnamon, a lot of spices and flavors. 8 out of 10. For me, the standout was absolutely oxtail. But past oxtail, the standout was Unc. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that in California, and this, in my opinion, is the most anticipated.
Okay, so there was apparently some drama. He showed up to the restaurant, tried to give Unc $4,000. The owners would not let him see Unc. He said he wants to see Unc directly and hand it to him. They would not let him see it. He said, okay, well, let me pay for everybody's meal in the store who's waiting for food. They would not let him do that. So there was apparently some beef. Let me see if I can find that one. Tenderism. And then we'll get to the owner's response. I see the owner's response, but I got to find what Keith Lee said. We can't look at the response and then look at what he said. Girl, where's Keith Lee profile? I have to get y'all involved in this beef that don't nobody know about or care about.
I know about it.
Period.
And I do care about it because I don't like it.
Okay, so that's the important thing. I recall him basically saying they wouldn't let him see Unc even when he presented the $4,000 and they wouldn't let him pay for the other person's food. Now, let's see their response. Tenderism. I'm talking about tenderism. Oh, here it is.
Almost curdled. I don't know what noodle that is. This is the noodle.
We already saw this.
In my true purple, I let me hard to tell. The standout is Unc. Not only in my opinion is it extremely hard to get people engaged like that, to show your true personality, to be yourself, no matter how fast things take off in the space. I don't think he intended for it to go the way it's going. I think he just wants to show his love of food and his love of what it is that he's doing. I'm personally taking $5,000 out of my own bank, and we going to say happy holidays to Unc.
So, update. We cannot get to Unc. Security said it was over with for the day. They said that he was filming something. I believe he was filming a podcast. We had $5,000 in cash or $4,000 in cash that we was going to give him a hand. They didn't take it. So, we're not only going to take this money and feed some people, but we just going to do what we feel like we're supposed to do in the community.
And as always, after this, I pray and hope that they continue to reach their target audience. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Y'all be safe.
Okay, so it looks like he tried to hand it to Unc directly. They wouldn't let him since he was filming. And then he tried to give it to them. They wouldn't take it. I apparently misremembered him about being like, what's the word? trying to pay for everyone meal in the restaurant. I guess I misremembered that, but the rest of it was true. Now let's look at their response, because the business owners took that as negative. In my opinion, his review was very like, I guess, average. He was like, oh, the oxtail is really good. This stuff isn't really tender, but this stuff is falling off the bone. And then this one's kind of tender, and this flavor is nice, but it can use more. Like, it seemed like a very just regular food review. It didn't seem very malicious to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Just
I have thoughts, but I'm gonna let you show all the things you want to show first.
No, because what if your thoughts change when I show you?
They won't. I've seen everything.
So you just let me. What they call
you were showing the people. It's
just
not just you and me in here.
What they call it? Just taking the piss. Just took my piss.
You know what? I'm about to leave because that was vulgar.
Is that what it's called?
No, that is what it's
called. You just took my piss.
No, that's not how you say. You were right the first time. It's taking the piss, not you took my piss. Okay, pop.
Well, stop taking it.
Granddaddy, no, that's not how you say it.
Let's see what they said.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
First comment, I'm hearing, if I knew he was here, I would have given him special treatment, which is exactly what Keith Lee doesn't want, which is why he's the GOAT. Me finding out Mr. Tenderism isn't the owner. Keith Lee gave this place a good review. No, why would they put this picture up? Why would they put the... Okay, let me just... Yeah.
I was about to say...
Huh?
No, I was about to say, you better go ahead because I'm getting impatient because I have a lot of things
reached out to him. I've gotten zero response. I thought I was very respectful. From what I've watched from the review, it just didn't seem like he really captured what it's like when you come to this place. It's just disappointing that as popular as people can be on social media, people don't know everybody. If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we...
All right, let's go to part 2. Girl, Anton and Corey home. Yeah, somebody dropped that in the Discord.
She said, this man does not understand Keith Lee. This man doesn't understand a whole lot. But like I said, I'm going to wait and let Petty play all the stuff.
I don't understand Keith Lee, or he don't?
No, he doesn't understand Keith Lee.
I don't think I understand Keith Lee either. Oh, there's more. Where's the one we were just watching?
That is not nobody that's involved with this. I don't know why you clicked on that. That it looked like nobody that's involved with none of these people do. What is this?
I'm looking for it.
Your timeline is really wild.
Nah, that's too early. What happened?
This is why you used to have, you brought up that other thing. This is why y'all used to have problems. Why aren't you prepared to talk about what you want to talk about?
I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I found it.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, look here, Mr. Bluesky. That's what we need to do in this podcast. He's sitting in with us. Then that way we can clear all this stuff up. Like I am, in a sense, a little older than you. A little bit, not much now. And so, you know, hey, I want to get it in over. Let's don't be candy coated. Let's just sit down, gentleman conversation, you know, drink some Kool-Aid and something together, and we eat some of these oxtail.
He did not just say, let's sit down and drink some Kool-Aid. This man who I thought owned the restaurant, who was actually working for this white man who's profiting off of his marketing and apparently blocking his $4,000 to $5,000 from coming through. He did not just sit here and say, let's just sit down and drink some Kool-Aid after we looked at that Django picture.
All right, this is the thing, because I'm about to just go in. So that white man is a fucking idiot and a colonizer. He's a monitoring spirit, and he is a male baddie. And the reason I say that is because being that he is the owner, and all the things he did, because you know they said that I'm hearing that he trademarked Tenderism. So he took that man's intellectual property, because that was just him being himself, his own little, personal, razzle dazzle on from his perspective. It's something he said, you know, like y'all like when I called Cam Newton nigga by a crane or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it's something that came from him. It's a personality thing that he had, and it just so happened to take off on social media. And instead of that man seeing that as a blessing and treating it as a blessing and acting as someone who was blessed, what he did was he colonized this man's personality, and then he put, you know, a legal chain around this man's neck. And then now he's trying to basically toting him around like a possession. All that security and stuff. That wasn't for, because that man wasn't in danger before. Why would he be in danger now? He's just sitting here talking about the meat. He's not in any danger. That security is not about protecting him from anything. It's about protecting his investment or his acquisition, actually. And unfortunately, when that man start, you know, Mr. Tenderism himself, you can tell what type of man he is, because we have them type of man. Anybody that comes from the hood, there's always that type of man around. He might have liked the liquor a little bit. If he don't right now, he probably did it one time. You know what I mean? And he just kind of does that one thing he does well, whether it's working on cars, you know, whether it's cooking, you know what it is. There's always, they're handy about something. And they get to that age where they're just trying to, you know, make sure they have enough money to keep themselves taken care of and housed until the end. And so now he has this man in a situation where he clearly doesn't have no family. I'm sure we would have heard somebody, you know, in an uproar about this. Somebody would have came and got him once they realized, you know, that he had something like that. Now he's taking that man's stuff and he is trying to slowly disassociate that from him and transfer it onto himself, but it's not going to fucking work.
Girl, I watched this white man try to come on here and do what Mr. Tenderism, I don't know what his name is on the right, does, and the way it's so bland and flavorless, and I ain't never wanted to eat somewhere less in my life.
Yeah, mind you, that's what I'm saying, what they don't understand, and these white people that do this don't understand, is that there's a way to go about it, but why I'm not going to say I'm glad that he did this, but I feel like this is a perfect example of what colonization actually is and what it is. What we're always talking about. Oh yeah, they take our swag, they take our personality, they try to sell it back to us, all of those types of things. This was an example of it in real time, because there's no way, you already see him now trying to move like destiny swap with this man, but you're not going to be able to do it. And then even the way that he's talking about this situation, you could tell he's coming from this self-centered perspective that is working against him instead of for him. Because you're saying, oh yeah, if we knew he was here, like you said, that means you don't have an understanding of who Keith Lee is and what he does. Keith Lee is not a politicker. Keith Lee is going around and trying to give you the real deal of what these places are, and then spreading positivity and saying, hey, well, this is what I didn't necessarily like, but still here's some money. You know, I'm going to leave this place better than I found it. You're sitting there thinking that you missed the opportunity to hobnob and get close to Keith Lee, the social media person. And Keith Lee was just trying to go and bless Unc, you know, his uncle. Not his real uncle, but you know what I mean? Like you don't understand, and that's why you're not going to prosper. And you done sat there and paid that money to trademark that man's personality, basically, and it's going to blow up in your face. Because we wanted him. We wanted him telling us about tenderism. We wanted his enthusiasm. We wanted his personality. You have no personality.
The way I looked this up, and it is absolutely correct, this white man who owns the smokehouse tried to trademark tenderism, and now it looks like it's being held by Kenneth Harris, a lawyer who is attempting to transfer the ownership to, I think his name's Mr. Walters on the right, but people just call him Unc or Mr. Tenderism. That is crazy. This man went and tried to capitalize, and he already.
To hear that. I am really glad, because he really was trying. That maybe that's why because they showed him sending him somewhere else or whatever. I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it was very clear that he was trying to take that from that man. Honestly, I feel like he probably was trying to take control of it and still try to use that man. But like I said, he's too bad of a bitch to just stay behind the scenes and let Unc do what he was doing. And he wanted to, you know how they say, he wanted to dance all in the videos. And that's turning everybody off because now everybody's looking like, well, what's going on? You know?
Yes. Girl, I'm still looking at it. I'm deep in it now. I recall them talking about how he's making millions of, like, he'd already, even if he don't get the trademark, he's already made millions of dollars off of that man's. And I'm wondering, like, okay, well, how much is Walter getting
because
paid?
mind you, think about it. First of all, it's on social media, so it's probably on that man's social media page. You know, like for the restaurant, it wasn't on Unc's. You get what I'm saying? And then who knows what all type of stuff he done signed with him, non-competes and everything else. So it's like you can only do this here. You know?
Yeah, and then like optically, do you suppose that millions of dollars he's making? Like my perception and what I assume a lot of people's perception is based on the TikTok commentary that's happening now after all of this is exposed, is that Unc is like the owner of the restaurant. He's so proud of his cooking or something that he just come out and he like inviting us all to his smokehouse and like marketing and whatever. Like this is a different type of.
It's not different. It's very, very typical. It's very, and that's why I'm saying, like, I'm glad that we got to see it in real time, and I'm even more grateful that you're saying that somebody is trying to secure that for Unc, because like,
You're correct. It's not a different type. Actually, it's textbook. This is like comically evil. No, Unc, just sign right here. And then the trademark for Tenderism will go to our smokehouse. It'll be good for both of us. Like the idea of the devil coming to sign a contract. I'm not calling this man the devil because, you know, I don't know him. I don't know the devil. Never met him. But the idea of this man like being cartoonish. I'm thinking about what's that dude in the show, the movie Princess and the Frog, and he's like, "Won't you shake a sinner's hand?" And he's like trying to make a deal. Like this some straight up. We got to get Unc from this restaurant. How I'm supposed to feel bad for Unc? And Unc just
because Unc been, but that's what I'm saying. He's so old that he, first of all, this man is probably never expected to work nowhere else till he died. And so in this type of situation, it's like if he were to try to come against this person, now he got to do all this fighting. Now he's out of a job. He don't have no restaurant of his own. You know, like he probably don't have the wherewithal to try to build one. He's probably happy just smoking the meat or doing whatever the heck he do around there. And so it's like he in a rock and a hard place.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna. Well, I didn't consider that angle. I was just gonna say, how am I supposed to feel sorry for Unc when Unc comes out with videos talking about Mr. Destination Smokehouse is good to us. Y'all, Mrs. wouldn't hurt me. I works good for Mr. He wouldn't do that to me.
Yeah, if he had. If I saw some people around him, and then there might be people around him that are just like, yeah, go ahead and take the money, because we don't know. But I'm saying, as an older man, and like I said, to me, he seems like he probably came from some hard times. You know what I mean? He has that carriage in the way he talks. You know what? That's what I'm saying. Production inquiry. Like, are we going to pay him? And yeah, maybe you could say, oh, well, he could get it off of social media.
Trying.
But
we trying to pay him. We trying to get him his trademark. And we trying to give him $5,000. That man said, no money for you. And then Unc came out and said he was just trying to protect me. Nah, I'm sure I gotta save these images. It ain't no way they did that.
I'm just saying, like, it's a shame. I wish he had people around him. If he had different people around him, he's, you know, we always talk about elder abuse and this and that and the other. Like, this is one of them situations. That man is vulnerable. Yes, we see him as Unc and we think he's great or whatever, but that's a vulnerable old man.
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna laugh at somebody who's vulnerable. You're right. My apologies.
This is my partner, Nick. You my brother. You my ex-close home. We gonna keep it that way.
No, not an ex-close.
Hey, we don't need no hate. Look, don't hate on him. Don't hate on that we trying to do.
I can take it. It's not about that.
Take that. Hey, look. Yeah. Hey, if y'all want to help something, send some good comments. You come down to destination. It's in the southern part of California, city be very epic. I'm talking about destination one in the nation. Then you'll understand. This my partner, Nick. He my brother. He my age.
Wait, where's the hug? Did I miss it? Maybe
I want to see some. Now that's something that I want to see the receipts. I want to see the paperwork. I want to know what type of situation you got to compensate him. What's his compensation plan? That's something I would want to know before I'd be willing to, you know what I mean? But I do also think that is something that I'm waiting on a day when the general public realizes the power we have. And we start demanding things like when that girl did that little bop about Dr. Pepper, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, I want to go get a Dr. Pepper," and everybody showing themselves going in there getting a Dr. Pepper. I was in the comments like, put that back. Did she get money? I'm not sipping no Dr. Pepper until she gets some money for this. You know what I mean? Because that was her work. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying boycott them, but like we gotta remember, we gotta understand that like. The masses we shape what is popular. We shape what trends in a certain degree. And I know like there are powers that be that push certain things so that we talk about these things, we get triggered and stuff. That means we have to be more intentional about the stuff that we make trend, because we do have that, or the stuff that we are like what we did with Target, and you know, like there's power that we have if we really are upset about certain things, is all I'm saying.
It gets worse. You have to say, how did it get worse?
Oh God, how did it get worse?
I'm so glad you asked and are curious. Capriced. That sounds like your name is a verb. That's Capri. You know, she caprices. She capriced. Anywho, how did Unc even end up here? Well, allegedly, based on TikToks I watched, the owner, the white man, had a coffee shop, and Mr. Tenderism, Walter Johnson, suggested that they add barbecue, and then later he developed the viral barbecue concept during the 2020 pandemic by using a outdoor smoker and bringing his authentic New Orleans style cooking and his personality, of course, to the business. So they met in 2019. He was a retiree with a background in cooking from New Orleans and Vegas, and he visited what was then Destination Coffee Bar. He proposed cooking gumbo after hitting it off with Nick and his mother, and he joined the team. Pandemic hit. He said they should start selling ribs and chicken. Nick, the owner, was initially doubtful about doing barbecue from a coffee shop, but he trusted Walter. And then the rest is like history. They put the smoker outside, and then his authentic approach and his catchphrase tenderism, referring to tender meat, obviously, took off, and then they got viral success. So he didn't just arrive at the business. He was like the catalyst who brought the barbecue concept in the tenderism.
Okay, well, with all that being said, again, I want to see the paperwork. What's his compensation plan? That makes me want it even more. I demand it. Actually.
Why would there be compensation paperwork if they're not paying him?
Right.
I think we're forgetting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't want all this flowery language. What does that translate into monetarily and materially for him?
For him, not a lot.
Good guy helps.
Oh,
mother.
Now let's go back before he's holding it back. No, this is the screen grab, isn't it? It's right here. It's not right here.
Mother. Look at that. Yeah, I'm telling you, getting soft on us.
Can you pause it?
Mm-hmm.
Where did you get that breakdown from?
Breakdown? What you mean?
What you were reading? Where did you get that from? Was that from like an official website? Did the white man say that? Like, who said that?
Google. but Google links to mostly Instagram as well as Forbes, but like
All I'm saying
Instagram
is,
Reels, TikTok Reels. That's where I
if
found all
he's
of that.
on, what I'm saying is, if he's on record as saying that that was the breakdown, then somebody could probably help Unc sue if he tried to get weird about compensation. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he admitted that this was this man's idea and this and that and the other and blah 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 blah, then he probably would be could be, well, you know, consult some actual attorneys on this or whatever. But I feel like that admission is a possibility that he could be compensated something, even not like half and half. You know what I mean?
Yes. Someone said that's not the correct story. They met in the parking lot. Nick was selling coffee and Walt was barbecue. He taught Nick how to barbecue.
Yeah, this is just feeling way too Reconstruction era for me. You know what I mean? Like, this is feeling way too historical for me. Because that's how, what was it, Jack Daniels? Like, a lot of these old prestige, or not prestige, but like generational companies that we know, it's a story like this. You get what I'm saying? Where it's like a black person that did everything, and then a white person came and packaged it and trademarked it, or what, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I've had enough. I, for one, have had enough.
Ditto. I dittoed and did it. Did it and dittoed and did it. Denim. Is my response. Well, this has been a depressing story.
It's you continuing to act like you are shocked by where your show is going. You playing this whole show. You play every single aspect of this, except maybe me coming up.
No, I didn't plan no tenderism. We just got into this. I don't even remember how we got on this topic, but I knew details about it. I just didn't know, like, oh, this is like actually pretty terrible. Like, a lot worse than I like, and it was already really bad the way I saw it. But I was just like, oh, Unc doesn't own the restaurant, now he's bucking and jiving. But no, like, they're trying to trademark his innovation, and actually he was the contributor that made this business blow up in the first place, and they're making millions off it. Like, I didn't understand.
Like, he literally blessed him, and every single thing that this man has came out of the brain and mouth of this black man.
Just succubus. Just take it all. I just want to see the hug again.
Boy, we gonna ride the house like Roy Road Trip. I'm out of here.
Like, ever since I learned he's not the owner, every single exaggerated movement he does, I can no longer look at. I'm like, it used to be all Unc's all giddy and look at the meat falling off and he's so happy, but now it's like, yes sir, miss, I wish I could dance faster for
Yeah,
you.
because this man, if you see him hovering over him and got all these people around like him, like he might have been a captive for a while. You know what I mean? And it's just like, now you see him hugging them and trying to see, but then he sent them away somewhere. I don't know where the heck he went. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it just don't look right. It don't feel right. It don't smell right. Like I said, I need some people. Somebody said Ben Crump. I do need some. Like, we need to start making it a habit that those of us who have the resources, those of us who have the know-how, the skills, the credentials, or whatever, can go and just help people in these situations when we see this happening. You know what I mean?
I don't think Unc wants help. But we're gonna try and give it to him anyway.
I mean, yeah, you know, Keith tried to, but child, I'm just saying that man looked like he just. I'm talking about that white man. He's a Trixie Hobbits, that one, and like, this is an older person. And it's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. Because if he really had, a couple grandkids or something like that, I'm sure they would have been all up in you would have heard them all up and through that place. Like, like, shoot, if we got to grill hot dogs on the home grill or whatever, we'll figure out something for you, Pop. But no, this ain't it.
No, I can't watch these mannerisms and feel sorry. Like I can. Like, oh yes, sir, mister. I wish I could tap dance faster for you. Oh, shucks, y'all, come on down to Destination Truck. Well, they gifted him a new car. The comments say, check the title, check the insurance, make sure it's not commercial, make sure it's in your name.
I'm just saying, he don't give. He gives. He probably had a wife that did everything at some point in his life, and then he just happened to get into this, and they've been giving him just enough to do what he liked to do.
Why are you infantilizing this man? Why are we infantilizing? This is a grown black man. This actually,
I'm not just infantilizing a man. This is this is an elder, and it don't sit right with me about the way things are doing. Like, there's young people that were, think about it. When people go into the music industry, and now we're seeing all the stuff about Diddy and stuff, young people got all the time. And this is the old man. And like I said, he looked like the type of old man I've seen all the time that probably had like some substance abuse issues or something like that. And isn't the type of person that takes care of themselves, is what I'm saying.
We're crafting a whole life for this man we know nothing about. You can't, princepetti, you got to understand that he's old. It could be that he was taken advantage of many times and scammed by Indian scammers who took his credit card information. We don't understand that sometimes you have hearing loss, so you don't understand what's being said to you, and then you signed a contract. Old people just signed the contract, but they didn't read and they didn't hear it, and they signed because they can't really see because they don't have their glasses. We don't realize that he's being taken advantage of. We have to take account. I'm like, wait a minute. What are we talking about right now?
This is too much grace for a man for me. Y'all not real about y'all patriarchy. I mean, y'all matriarchy. Y'all not real about y'all matriarchy. Matriarchy is about taking care of children and elders.
Got me feeling for a man. An elderly man.
He's old. He's lived through.
Because as a man, why have you lived a long, fulfilling life? As a man.
She said an elder who probably hates black women. F him. Elder women. Not elder women. Children and women. Oh man. Y'all got me.
All right, let's lighten up the mood. Let's see what I got for y'all, and then we can end.
The enemy can speak to me, just death, or that I should take my life when times of great loneliness. I just get really lonely.
With Jesus in the room? You get lonely? Come on, man.
You're right.
Leave him alone.
Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. My God, don't you touch him again. You shut your mouth.
Let's see what the comments say. This is how Kenneth Copeland heals you.
First of all, his face is terrifying from this angle. So imagine him being there, like he looked like an animatronic.
Is this the guy who the reporter was like, aren't you a Christian man? Why do you have this big rich mega church? And why are you going off to fly on your big expensive tens of millions of dollar jet? And he was like, God wanted me to have that jet. God graced me with that jet. He wanted me to spend the millions of your dollars that you give to me at church on that jet because he knows that I need to ride flying and stuff. I don't know what he said. I just know he said God wanted me to have that jet. Is this the same man?
Scary face, and he just growled in that man's ear. Get him out of here to jail.
Girl, I would have my soul would have jumped out my body. Hold up. He got you too.
My skin started crawling. See that smile when he smiled at him when he got in his face and tilted his head and everything the first time. That was scary in and of itself. It's like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we found
Isn't
it.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet?
Girl, that feels like it's copyright.
That's really none of your business. But
Isn't it the
Let
business
me
of
find one without music. Sorry.
Watch this lady confront Kenneth Copeland and then watch his very creepy response.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
well, for example, that's really none of your business. But
What a God-fearing man. That's none of your business. He speaks so gently and with the compassion of Jesus or something.
Isn't it the business of your donors?
listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay? The airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made it. He made that.
You know what this reminds me of? Interestingly enough, Trump. It reminds me of Trump's speech pattern. You know, you caught me by surprise, and you know that jet I bought from Tyler, and I didn't even pay. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He gave me that jet for so long. Like, just like no thought is finished. On to the next thing. Anyway, on to the next thing. On to the next thing.
Oh, Petty, I figured out what it's called. It's called Slut Me Out Too.
Slut Me Out Too.
That was the song I was referring to earlier.
Huh?
By NLE Chopper.
Oh. Great. That's been 3 hours ago.
Yeah, but it was tickling my brain. I needed to figure it out.
It would tickle my brain too with a name like that.
You know that song, though?
Mm-mm.
Yes, you do. I know you do.
Oh, is it the one that's like If I Was a Bad Bee?
Yeah, you know that song. Yes,
Oh,
that's
wow.
the song I'm talking about.
That was my stem for a really long time.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a good song. It was. I was cracking up when it came out, but it's just like, yeah, those are the vibes. Those are the male daddy vibes.
Yeah, girl, I had to take the Focalin, Wellbutrin, and Lamotrigine to get that one out of my head. All three of them. Shout out to my bipolar ADHD combo people out there. But he's the same man, is the point. We don't have to watch him discuss why he needed that expensive jet that God gave to him for so cheap. It was so cheap.
That airplane's so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it. I love your eyes.
Again, getting back to the
Petty,
comment.
you are
said that you
dragging
don't
down the people are not happy with the vibes. I'm going to send you some things in the Discord that may lighten up the mood. If you don't
This is not a
mind.
power clip. My bad. We just watching demons. I'm sorry.
Child, you done took us to hell with it. For real, for real.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got, little Baba. Show me what you got, pretty lady.
With a nigga
What?
to the nigga and say, tonight I want to see you use that gun.
What?
You whisper that?
The fuck is
Paul, yo, man,
can we get a timeout? This is
we need a commercial break. We need a commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
Are you logged into your TikTok?
I can.
Yeah, because I'd rather just send it to you on TikTok. It'll be easier.
God need to respond to these inboxes.
Don't even talk to me about this.
I'm so overwhelmed.
Wait, never mind. I don't follow you there anymore. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You were dead weight on my page. I had to get rid of it. Sorry.
Period. Why don't none of y'all follow
That's
my
just so everyone knows, you too can be cut. You too can be cut. How about that? So be on your P's and Q's. Make sure you interact. Make sure you engage with my stuff or I'm kicking you out.
This is the issue. My friend, I'm looking at my friends' DMs and my TikTok because they send me stuff they want me to watch. And I'll be like, okay, one video, I'll get to that later today. Then they send a second one. It's too overwhelming now. Because now I got to watch two. It's too overwhelming. And then it just piles up and then I just don't know what to do.
I'll
It
send you
intimidates
stuff
me.
in the Discord.
Okay, my Discord is empty, so I can always.
It's your fault if your Discord is empty.
Oh no, I meant my DMs. You know the Discord is popping. It's always hot. It's always jumping. Like yeah. No, I meant my DMs on Discord. Cause you, girl, you know I do. By the way, anyone who's not in the Discord, the link to join us in the chat is free, no paid or anything like that. Anyone is welcome. Be warned, it does get hot and jumping and popping in there. Like it is always a vibe. We're gonna go there tonight and we're gonna watch Shannon Sharp and Ryan, whoever, until we fall asleep. Girl, what did you just send me?
Hot fire.
Why TikTok put the volume button in 3 different spots? It was just at the bottom left on the last video we watched. Now it's in the top left, sometimes in the top right. I don't understand.
What? Ain't nothing fiery about you but your dick, nigga. Since you want to clout chase so bad and prance around with this fucking cartoon character, did you let the people know how you got a dirty dick, nigga? Huh? You running around giving bitches herpes? How I know that? Fiery what? Ain't nothing fiery about you but your dick, nigga.
Was it worth the demonetization? Let the chat decide.
You want to know the funny thing about him, though? It's so a couple weeks ago, he was having this really intense, like, rivalry going on with his roommate. And every time you saw him, he was more fucked. Like you could kind of still see the black eye, but at what the man had pistol whipped him. If you look at the top of his head, you still see like the bruising, but he was all battered and bloody. And every time you saw him, he looked worse. You gotta go to his page. I'm gonna go to his page and I'm gonna navigate you. She said, "Is this the palate cleanser?"
We are going to watch what Vitamin has to offer because y'all told me I wasn't giving. So y'all going to get from Vitamin and y'all can decide who's going to be in charge of the memes from now on.
Okay, go ahead and do this one.
До конца и хорошо.
I am smiling so big right now. Every time I see that, I crack up. That wasn't funny. You just gonna play like it's not funny just because you a hater.
I almost turned my camera on to show you my face, which is unmoving.
You don't like whimsy.
The way
you're just a hater because that's something you would have brought, and you would have expected everybody to be like, "Oh,
you know what cracked me up? This comment. Yes. I've been seeing this around. This cracked me up so much.
Tell me those aren't the vibes.
What would have made this my humor style if they would have if it was a woman who posted this, first of all, and if her caption, if she put some text over the screen and the text says something like "my boyfriend when I'm already overstimulated."
Хорошо. До конца и.
Yeah, I think I would laugh with that addition.
First of all, I found it funny because so many things. First off, like what they were doing was just crazy in and of itself. To just come in on some people moving like that, that's funny. Then the fact that nobody is laughing, nobody's smiling, like everybody is dead serious in there. Then Spider-Man, where's like the comments on that were really funny too, because people was like, they said upstairs neighbors tryouts. And it was just a very funny time. I found it funny that I was more impressed by the two boys doing what they were doing than Spider-Man also. Princess, she said, I'm about to go cleanse my old palate.
Give Vitamin one more chance. She gave us one more. She gave us one more. And she laughing, so this must be the funniest one. I've been homeless since my mother passed, and I just want true. All right. No, thank you. What you got me about to blow? All right.
I'm 27. I'm originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Currently homeless. I deal with blood clots. I deal with heart failure.
He deals with blood clots. I didn't. He was Jamaican.
I deal with asthma. Currently don't have no place to stay. I'm looking for one who could just help me with a place to stay, cooks, who cleans. Great.
I'm sorry. Anyway, my requirements are a woman who's skinny, who cooks clean. Oh my goodness. Oh, I gave up on you too fast, Vitamin.
Sex, great communication, loyalty, love, real love, true love. Preferably where I'm at. I'm in New York, but I'm willing to travel. It really don't matter. It's about
willing to travel? Girl, he about to walk across the ocean. Travel how? Well, he could be living in his car. That would be still homeless.
He's not.
Oh, good. He just living in the open air. I go outside my home and I'm in his house. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Turn
it off. Sit up there, homeless, hungry, and horny. Get out my face. Don't get somewhere with that nigga.
Savon, I'm 27.
All right, I'm okay with that one. I did have a big good laugh. We have one more. We have a submission from a surprise person. Guess who? I'll play it and then you can guess who submitted it.
Happy birthday to you. Get loose with it.
Wait. Oh my. Wait.
The kid in the plaid shirt knows what's up. You see how they move? You could tell they trained with white girls before this.
It's really not funny. Because why are they all up in the baby's faces with this? And that poor baby upset. Oh no.
And y'all better enjoy it. Y'all not getting no memes from me, by the way, after all of this. Y'all better enjoy it.
Hey, can y'all do the spanky leg for the happy birthday boy?
No. Nigga, not the kids say get him out of here. I did not find that funny, but what I did find funny was my own commentary on how they trained with white girls before this. So they said, "Oh, threat us with a good time." When I said, "I'm not gonna show y'all no more." What I found funny is the way they were violent. It's something about they would just. You ever seen somebody shake so violently and so viciously and nothing move?
Yeah, I just want to know, like, why do they think that is what they need to be doing at the kids' party? Why those particular moves is all.
I mean, to be fair, I didn't know they were twerking for a minute. I was like, oh, maybe they're like, maybe the humorous part is they're having a seizure and this is meant to, like, I don't know. But then I was like, oh no, they're just twerking, I think.
These are the times when we talk about not supporting black businesses that it's relevant, because they know they need to do better than that.
Now
the baby looked embarrassed.
Y'all can guess now. Who do you think submitted it?
You.
Mm-mm.
Jamal said he had something. Was that what you said, Jamal?
Jamal said he had something in the chat.
He said he had something to add.
Oh. Yeah, right. Everybody is guessing Jamal. Well, one person guessed Jamal. And you. Let me see. Oh, this is one I watched with my friend. This is the last one I'll give y'all, and then we can get out of here. I know we're all tired.
I'm admitted. But it would never happen again.
Because you guys live with her now, right?
Stay.
Wow.
Now, this is the comment that made me save this one. It says, "Look at that smile. He's right where he want to be." I was like, yeah, I like this. I don't know if I found this funny, humorous, but I did save it. Somebody said this made him 100 times more attractive. Dang, she's definitely gonna cheat back. So I guess he cheated. Well, never mind. We love men who listen well and enjoy it. She is the moment. That's a happy man right there. I don't know if I found this funny. I think I was just like, yeah, this is cool. And so I saved it. He's loving every second of it. All right. Who are we? Are we going with Jamal, Level Up, Single Mom, or Prince Petty? Who are we going with for memes? And then I'll do my outro. We can get out of here.
Do a poll.
I'm too tired for that. Hold up now. I think they too tired for a poll too.
You won't let them just click one button, but you want them to type in who they.
You're right. I need to stop being the same black man and stand up. Step up. I don't need to be the step YouTuber. I need to be the YouTuber who stepped up.
Well, today was the day. It's 10:42. Let me sing this. Mind you, is this about Martin Luther King? Absolutely not. But we still have to commemorate today. So I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home. Far across the river.
Go look at that poll. Go look at how they voted on that poll.
No, you're hating. You're a hater.
I ain't hating. Go out there.
I will never sing here again.
How I'm hating? You act like I just went and made 32 accounts and voted on the poll.
I'm not talking about the poll.
Oh, what you talking about?
Nothing. Did the poll come in?
Yeah, so you can go vote too. It won't let me vote because I made it, and they don't want me to be biased. But I'm just gonna go on my second account.
No, I'm very, very. Thank you, Alicia. I'm very confident.
You could come back unless I end it right now while I'm ahead. Yes, that would be something. I think I'll do that. The world may never know. What else we got in here?
Nope, he ruined it. He has to learn a lesson. I won't be singing here anymore. I'm sorry, people. No, but for real, happy Martin Luther King Day. I know they said that Orange Man had ended it, so I was really happy to see that people still weren't working today.
I was the only black person at work today.
Well, you know, they don't think very highly of janitors, but we do too. We do. We salute you for all you do. You're an essential worker.
You could have said we think highly of janitors, even if they don't. That way, there would have been like some. Well, I guess it's better to have the bad part first, and then.
I said we do think we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter didn't have school either because I know he's but she has a Catholic school. So I don't know what's all going to happen. I'm tired of that man. I'm really tired of his shit. I hope that they have everything in place as soon as he is out of there to put everything back to the way it's supposed to be.
People say anything when they be losing the poll. That's what I think. People just start saying it. No, I thought you were gonna come in second or first.
What happened? Oh, I came in third.
I thought you was going. I found your meme. I found like the last one at least funny.
Listen, everybody don't get me. It's fine. They make me chuckle, and my friends. I had to go in my chat with one of my girlfriends. So me and my girlfriend finds it funny. Y'all had to find it funny.
My girlfriend. Have you ever heard of that show?
I think I vaguely remember it.
You vaguely remember? Do you remember the cast?
Regina King.
You remember Reggie Hayes?
I saw you when you was talking about him.
You did?
He's a male baddie.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what I look like right now. I'm on the bed.
But you know what? He never came online. He never talked about I'm a male baddie and women can't handle me. He just
because guess what? What's understood doesn't need to be explained.
I'm sorry. That would caught me off guard.
Giving you that BDE.
That's what you said. You.
Yeah.
Nah, that is. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You said I misread
Tell me that
it.
don't look like somebody comfortable. He's comfortable. He's cozy.
Girl, I gotta say this one.
He's cozy.
He said I misread it. It wasn't Sexiest Man Alive. It was Sexiest Man.
Yeah.
No. All right.
He ain't never bothered nobody. He's like the one dude that we ain't heard that bad about. Let him chill. Yes,
I ain't even mad at him. I was surprised by it. I was like, popular. I figured it was like Wesley Snipes or somebody where I just can't see it.
That's exactly how I be laying in my bed too. Just chilling.
And girl, the way you said Wesley Snipes was sexy, right? I think it was you.
It wasn't me.
I thought you said Wesley Snipes was an attractive man.
I've never discussed Wesley Snipes with anyone.
I could have sworn on the stream, like I was discussing people like Wesley Snipes and Genuine, people like that. And who was it? It was somebody specific. Aries Spears. That's who it was.
Yeah, I don't know what type of crazy ass conversation that was, but I know I wasn't a part of it.
I think Aries Spears was talking about like how women too big or women need some. And so we were looking at him currently, and then we were like kind of comparing him to his old pictures.
Yeah.
I think that's it. And then we were looking at Wesley
he looked
Snipes.
like, you ever heard of the picture of Dorian Gray?
No, I assume it's very funny though.
It's a old classic Gothic novel about a young man who somehow is blessed to not age, but this picture in the attic ages for him, and it also changes based off of like his character. So he starts going around and killing people and doing all types of crazy debaucherous stuff, but his face never changes. So everybody always thinks he's so beautiful and innocent. But then when you go upstairs and look at the painting in this attic, it looks like a horror movie. And that's what he looked like. Like his before he was a little cutie, I'll give him that. But if you look at him now, he looked like what they described that painting looking like in that book. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, what are you trying to say about him? Say it directly, but you went ahead and said it directly.
He looked like he was chewed up, partially digested, and then shit out. Yeah.
I just say all that to say I figured it was going to be like someone like Wesley Snipes or I don't know, Denzel Washington is another one where people are like, he's a very attractive man, and I just don't see it because I'm a man or I'm too young, and now we have different people who we consider sexy or whatever. So I just assumed Reggie Hayes from Girlfriend was very sexy, and was voted sexiest man alive. That was a real thing. I didn't make it up. And I just, despite how I feel about his looks, like looks are subjective. So I just figured, oh, people find him very sexy. So, but then the way she said sexiest man I know just took me. Actually, it took me. That was a good note to end on. I think that was a good note. Thank you, Crystal W. I think I should have added you to the poll because, that was a nice one. I like that. Okay, we can end the poll. Looks like me, then Jamal, then you. I think they voted to smite you. I don't think they were being serious.
I don't hold things against people. I'll be on another level with it sometimes, so it's okay.
Barry Spears was Blade? No. That's not how I remember that. Sorry to interrupt. I did not know that.
Everybody's ready for bed.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I will give y'all some nice outro music. Thank you, Level Up Single Mom, for coming up and contributing. I really do appreciate it. I do want to apologize. The ads were on until maybe like the midpoint of the stream. Remember, guys, it's completely okay to come to the live stream and say I'm getting ads. That reminds me that I have to go and turn the monetization off until the video.
Guess what, Petty?
Done.
You're monetized. How do you know?
I thought you were monetized a while ago. It must have been, they were giving out community tab or posting or something like that. I think it might have been something like that I was remembering. Or no. But congratulations. How you want to celebrate?
Oh, that's it. That's
a Shannon Sharp marathon in the Discord right after? Hell yeah, let's go celebrate.
Goodbye, Petty.
Thank you again, everyone, for joining.
Y'all.
Thank you for watching. Apologies, it was not as research-based as I would have liked it to be, and it was kind of repetitive. But that is kind of how covering male content is after a while. Thank you, London Link, for the donations and production inquiry. Thank you, Foxy. You are consistently the highest donating person to this channel. You come in and send a lot of money and then don't say barely anything and then dip. But like, if it feels like a flex, but I don't feel disrespected.
No, see, you're a male baddie.
Period.
That's what happens.
Don't lump me in with the Thank you, Baby Fairy. I think this is a new name, so welcome. But also, isn't that a membership thing, though? So that means you can't be new to the channel. I'm pretty sure that's a membership thing. It looks like a new name to me, but welcome to the channel, and thank you for your donation. Thank you, everyone who chose to donate. Yeah, well, super chat, I guess. Yeah, it's a super chat, not a donation, but it's kind of the same thing. When will we see you again? The way I want to say this weekend, but then if I don't show up, I've been
not you avoidant.
No, I've been really busy in real life. I don't want to be.
Are you breadcrumbing us, Petty?
No, I'm overwhelmed by real life stuff. Not just the administration, but like specific to my work and my
same.
So that's unfortunate. Like the way I was at work today while everybody else was off is crazy. Where's everybody? Oh, it's Martin Luther King Day. I'm just here because we need an emergency staff. Oh, okay. Ooh, fit.
Good night.
Okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you all for joining again. Hopefully, I'll see you this weekend to talk about male feminists. Because why they talk about, do men have a right to reproduce? Should society intervene with men not being able to? No, actually, let's briefly touch on it. Never mind. Never mind. Nah, never mind. But never mind.
All right, I'm leaving out. Bye, guys.
Bye. Have a beautiful time. Thank you all for joining once again. We won't touch on feminist men and the right to reproduce because that's feels like it's going to be too long and we need to go ahead and get to this Shannon Sharp. But we can discuss it in the Discord, actually, since we're going to be there anyway. If you'd like to, I'll be in the voice chat and I'll share the Shannon Sharp screen. Thank you again. Like if you haven't liked already, subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you guys on the weekend, hopefully, and in the Discord. Good night, and happy Dr. Reverend Martin Luther Jr. King Boulevard Street Day. How do I join? Oh, the link to the Discord, it should be in the description of the video. Let me see. Yeah, it should be in the description of all of the videos, all of the live streams. It should be on my channel page. It should be everywhere. It should be like a join the Discord link down there. If you would like to come in. I'll warn you, the Discord is really hot. It's really jumping. We're always in there. We're popping. You might have to turn off notifications. It's so jumping in there. I did. But yeah, it's open for anyone to join. It doesn't cost money. And it's just kind of somewhere where we chat and occasionally watch videos. But be prepared to be popping and jumping and always excited. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite. Now stay for this outro, please. Oh, wait, we haven't shamed our subscribers yet. Let me see how many people are watching but not subscribed. Oh, my God. We almost forgot the most important part. Okay. Here we go. Now, let's see. What percent of you guys are subscribed? I'm looking for the subscribers, y'all. I don't see them. Maybe they took them away. I guess never mind. No more subscriber shaming. They cracked down. You guys won. All right, good night, I guess. Sleep tight and don't let the bed bugs bite.
I couldn't sleep at 8 p.m. and send a text to your DM.